vibe with Uncle Bino, let's go. Now happy hour things, you know. Hang out with you, babe, it's our vibe tonight. Laugh and learn, we shining bright. Oh yeah, you be stories, life lessons type. On the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. From the streets to the world, we talk real talk. Vibes on the beat make the whole place rock. Happy hour flow with the smiles non-stop. Sip and chill with you, be the energy on top. You be stories, dropping them every day. Wisdom for life, the African way. From the grind to the glory, hear what we say. Tune in now, don't delay. Hang out with you, be it's a vibe tonight. Laugh and learn, we shining bright. Oh yeah, you be stories, life lessons type. On the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. Join the sister circle, oh what a scene. CC Inca, honey baby, and I'll be so clean. Talk love, talk life, talk dreams supreme. Empowerment vibes, like a royal queen team. Apollo Sunday school when the beat gets low. A moment of reflection, let the spirit flow. Men of God speaking wisdom, you should know. Faith and vibes on the Uncle Beno show. Hang out with you, be come catch that light. Oh yeah, you be stories, keep your heart so bright. Yeah. Join the sister circle, feel that fire. Oh yeah, Sunday school for your soul so right. You be nation, we rise together. Love and vibe forever. Uncle Beno show. Yeah, we outside.
How do I face him? How do I face him? This is not professional. It's not professional. Please. You can't be facing a minister with this thing. It's okay.
Did not carry anybody.
The man took the will not and then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you stop that?
Get the
will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, your mouth, put up, sir.
I will not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir,
I was in school, you're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
will
me
you keep quiet?
You
Let them take food.
I'm not
You are the fool.
I'm not a fool,
You
sir.
can shoot anybody like that.
Sir, I'm not
You
a
are the
fool.
fool.
I am not a fool, sir.
As at the time I graduated, you were primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Take for which order? You will see whether you love this.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go out to be
I'm an officer. I'm not a fool, sir. I'm an officer.
You would have killed everybody here.
No, we are not killing anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
Go and develop your right to see you. We are going to get out.
I'm not even seeing what is recording. Hello, sir.
Abdul, don't worry.
Okay, what is that? Can you come there?
Hello, sir. Morning, sir. I'm fine, thank you, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Afternoon, sir. I'm Navy Lieutenant Terima, sir. Security officer to Vice Admiral for good time. Yes, sir. So I'm here on the orders. Yes, sir. I'm here on the orders of the animal. Sir, we mobilized the site a couple of days ago with this, sir. And then the engineer kept telling us that policemen are coming to embarrass them and harass them, and they've been coming to threaten them that if they don't leave, to strike them, to arrest them and all. And then he brought it to our attention. So as the security officer to the vice admiral, I was called, and then we acted. Sir, we are not doing anything illegal. We are here on the orders of the vice admiral. That's it. Ours is just to come and explain.
Stop this here. See what I have. You will send soldiers to intimidate who? We are all. Okay, what do you mean, sir? Can you talk to the officer? This is serious.
Hello, sir. Morning, sir. I'm fine, thank you, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Afternoon, sir. I'm Navy Lieutenant Cherima, sir. Security officer to Vice Admiral for time. Yes, sir. So I'm here on the orders. Yes, sir, I'm here on the orders of the admiral. Sir, we mobilized the site a couple of days ago, sir. And then the engineer kept telling us that policemen are coming to embarrass them and harass them, and they've been coming to threaten them that if they don't leave, to strike them, to arrest them and all. And then he brought it to our attention. So as the security officer to the vice admiral, I was called, and then we acted. Sir, we are not doing anything illegal. We are here on the orders of the vice admiral. That's it. Ours is just to come and explain.
Stop this here. I don't understand how somebody who attained that position and see that he has a problem cannot approach my office to say, look, this is what is going on, this is what is going on. But simply because he's a military man, he could use that to intimidate Nigerians. I'm not one of those kind of persons that will succumb to blackmail or intimidation. And you can imagine where you cannot even prove where are the documents. And the director of the control is there. I said, look, I was there. I said, bring the documents. You don't have the documents. Bring the approval for building. You don't have it. And how can we continue to allow lawlessness to prevail in this country? What about those who don't have the military? What about those who don't have security? It has gotten to a level where when government officials are doing...
Oh my God. Wike. Wike on another level, my people. All right, you're welcome to Political Roundtable with UB. My name is Ben Uril, and if this is the first time you're watching our channel, please subscribe, give us thumbs up, don't be a stranger, be part of the conversation. And of course, we always want to read from you. Over here, we have just a very simple rule. No insults, no trolling. It's okay to disagree with opinions, but please do not call anybody out. And since this is a political talk, we do not appreciate cursing or swearing at any official. If we talk about President Trump, President Tinubu, or any other president, we have to accord some respect to their office. We want to talk about Wike this morning. Yeah. For those who are watching us from international community, and if you're watching from other part of Africa, you may not know who is Wike. Wike is actually the man in suit in the center of the tumbling. That is the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory in Nigeria. And for those who may not know, the Federal Capital Territory is actually a state in Nigeria. It has the status of a state, but it doesn't have a governor. So the reason the federal capital don't have a governor is because the president and a governor could not be on or in the same state. So in Nigeria, the Federal Capital Territory is administered by a minister. So Wike happens to be the minister of the Federal Capital Territory. So it means when Wike moves, when he speaks in his official capacity, he should be accorded the respect deemed fit for a sitting governor. I believe that is clear. So please do me a favor, even though I know a lot of Nigerians, they've got pissed off with how the minister conducted himself over the years. But notwithstanding, the vast majority of those who lives in Abuja, they actually give Minister Wike so much credit. According to them, Wike has done a fantastic job in developing the Federal Capital Territory. And I heard it from reliable source that among all the people who has administered the Capital Territory, Wike stood out as one who actually constructed a lot of roads and working assiduously to promote the capital city. Now, besides that, Wike is also allegedly called a land grabber. Let me explain. People call Minister Wike a land grabber because, according to the report from the Capital Territory, many lands were allocated during the tenure of previous administration, and some of those land did not pass through official channels. Many lands were not approved, and many land were not properly documented. But if you have been following Minister Wike all the way from when he was the governor of Rivers State, you can tell that Wike is a no-nonsense man. No, he's not having it. And when you talk about a no-nonsense man, Wike also took his job seriously. Now, why are we here today? Why am I running a show on the Federal Capital Territory Minister? So there is this incident that occurred yesterday between Minister Wike and this fantastic, handsome-looking naval officer, Officer A.M. Jerima. It happens, if you watch the first video I played, that there is a building project ongoing in the Federal Capital Territory, and that project belonged to the former, what do they call him now? The former naval commander. All right, so it seems there are some documentation issues with the land. So the land was marked for the building was marked for demolition, but then the ex-naval commander actually assigned the duty to protect the workers on the site to Officer Jerima. So when the ministry came to destroy the building, they met stiff resistance from this young officer and his men. And because they could not carry out the demolition, they have to send message to Minister Wike's office. Minister Wike now came down to the site, and on getting there, it was a mayhem. The yelling, fighting, assaulting, and every other thing was ongoing. However, this officer, I got to be honest with you, he conducted himself in a way that almost all the youths in Nigeria are very, very proud of him. In my opinion, he wasn't disrespectful. In fact, he conducted himself the way the officer of Nigeria military force should conduct themselves. While Wike was trying to, can I say, allegedly intimidate him, this guy was, he was unshaken. Man, I told you guys, when I run the show about terrorism in Nigeria, and we spoke about why can't the Nigerian military defeat Boko Haram, I said over and over again that if we remove the political bottleneck and all those corrupt practices they got going on over there, the Nigerian military is still one of the best in Africa. Boko Haram, ISWAP, bandit, call it whatever, these guys can't stand Nigerian military. I don't know what we got right now, but growing up in Nigeria, I know we have disciplined officers and they are ready to confront any challenges before them. But you know, politicians now, politicians do their stupid game, and all of a sudden, it felt like our military forces have reduced to nothing. So, and I'm giving you this background because in case you really don't know what went down yesterday and why people are praising this officer, let me just give you this brief background. Wike, Minister Wike, as much as I respect him a lot, there is a side of him that, can I say, is annoying. He likes to intimidate people. The way he talks, the way he dresses people down, his presence alone can literally make you pee on yourself. So yesterday, when Minister Wike came to the site, he was going to intimidate this gentleman, this gentle officer. And the officer was like, nope. I'm here to do a job. I'm here obeying the command of my officer. If you have any issue, call my boss. And Wike called this gentle, fantastic, vibrant looking officer, Wike called him a fool. Yeah, we're going to have this conversation. I'm going to share my link. So if you want to add anything, please feel free. Again, we have just simple rule here. No insult, no foul languages. Just drop your take. You are free to use my link to join me in the studio. So Wike called this officer a fool, and that's what gets to me. That's what gets to me. That's what I can't stand. This gentle officer was simply performing his official duty. We all know that one thing the military don't play with is to disobey order. So if you have an issue with how a military man is conducting his official duty, take it up with his bosses. How would you say he's a fool? Now, Wike, how do I describe all those officers that work with Wike now? I don't even know how to describe them, man. Those guys went ahead, and one police, oddly, was trying to run his mouth on this officer. And that is when the officer loved his cool. And he said to that police officer, I am your senior. If I'm talking, you have no right to talk. And the officer wants to show himself. So please, maybe my account of the incident is not accurate. Maybe you have a better way of describing what went down. Don't be a stranger. You can join me in the studio and we can have this conversation. Now, the other part of this broadcast is I want to take it back to President Trump. You know, all through last week, we were dealing with President Trump's statement where President Trump said he actually called Nigeria a disgraceful country, a disgraced country. Oh, that hit so hard. You know, that is so disrespectful coming from the President of the United States of America. But if we have to be honest with ourselves, I believe you're going to agree with me that anybody who occupies an official position in the administration of a country is actually representing the country. The conduct of an official, whether you are a political administrator or whatever position you occupy, your conduct is a reflection on all of us. Now, when it comes to the people, we, the Nigerian masses, how we conduct ourselves is also a reflection of how people perceived us, the international community. And if we have to give credit to ourselves at all, we have to say we Nigerians in diaspora, we are doing a fantastic job by representing the country positively. I know there are a few bad eggs that are getting involved in scam, rumor scam, all forms of scams and all of that. But yet, the vast majority of us Nigerians, wherever we found ourselves, we still conduct ourselves in a respectful manner because we want people to see our country through us. When it comes down to Nigerian politicians, we do the barest minimum. And that is why what went down yesterday is so disgraceful. I have Uncle Patrick in the studio with me, but before then, let me remind you of what President Trump said about Nigeria, and then we're going to go back to how journalists are responding to this incident. Of course, Mr. Lyric Paimo, Wike's, what is his position, Seth? Okay, they call him Minister Wike spokesperson. Mr. Lyric Paimo is already, he went on China's TV station already and trying to paint a different narrative. But we're going to look into all of that. Here is what President Trump said about Nigeria.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen.
All right. Now, that was the statement of President Trump regarding the terrorist situation we got going on in Nigeria. But in President Trump's tweets, if you can see my screen right now, that was his tweet. President Trump said, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country. That's where I'm going. Now disgraced country. Now, if you look at this statement in the light of what went down between Minister Wike and that gentle naval officer, are we not agreeing to how President Trump categorized the country? Ladies and gentlemen, I have Uncle Patrick with me. Uncle Patrick, you're welcome, sir. How are you doing today, sir?
Yeah, Uncle Ben, I'm doing good.
Welcome, sir.
Political rants.
Yes, so yes.
I see CC on the comment section and others.
My CC. I never even recognize my people.
Comfort Adagiri as well.
Yes, sir.
Man, Uncle Ben, Wike don't jam rock. Yeah. You know, I said this thing is in different dimension. Man, our country is in a mess. the politicians, the military, and the traditional rulers as well. They are the ones destroying that country. Let's face facts. What we are just saying is just a tip of the iceberg, so what they say. And you all know Wike. You know, he's a career politician.
Absolutely.
He has never worked in an office like all of us are doing, but as a politician. First of all, he was the secretary to the chairman of a Query local government. From there, he became the chairman of the local government. He was the chief of staff to...
Hello, sir.
He was what's it called? Chief of staff to Mechi. Yeah, Rotimi Amechi. From there, became governor. You know, he vied for the presidency. Now, he's the minister. So all this while he has been holding political office. So his head is so big that I think he can talk to anybody anyhow. Look at the mayhem he has caused in PDP too. He believes it's all in all. So that man will just talk. Look at this young officer disgracing him. The man stood his ground. The young officer, you know, they work on order. He stood his ground. I'm obeying the order from my superior. Look at the way Wike was talking to a small boy, a boy that's supposed to be your son. So you are fool and all. You don't look at the way he talks to people. I'm so disappointed that a minister of a federal capital in a Nigerian cabinet could just be talking to people anyhow like that. During PDP meeting, you know, they can't do anything to Wike and all those things. Everything is a wash. And you know, he has no choice than to leave Uncle Ben. Because if anything could happen, if there's an exchange of fire and somebody should buy, you know, person when they won't buy before can't go put oil for him body, Wike will lose his job. His political career is finished. If somebody should pipe, there's a clash there yesterday. So what he did was he used wisdom. Thank God I left. You know, Buratai has already issued a statement that Wike should apologize. So it's tough.
But sir, he won't apologize. Wike will not apologize.
Yes, I saw that yesterday. They're going to put fire in his bum. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying, the generals too, the retired generals, what they are doing in Nigeria is not good. Look at the way they are siphoning our resources in Zamfara using Chinese. And this is not allegedly. We saw it on the news. So if you don't, that means, you know, Nigeria are smart. Uncle Ben, that means if you have a land now, you go carry soldier, make one stay there. Nobody can come there, and that's what people will be doing. Look at what is happening. You can imagine NDA. Boko Haram is going to NDA. People, they are running MBA. The first academy in Nigeria that people come all over the world for classes there, for training. The generals are part of Boko Haram.
Allegedly.
I don't care, allegedly or whatever. Look at that man. Sorry, because of your program, allegedly. That general that came to China and was saying it because their hands are tied. They have the list of everybody. So forget it. I don't care whether your order. So people that are there, as we are destroyed, that doesn't have generals. So what will happen to them? Uncle Ben, answer that question. All the assets that have been destroyed in Lagos, everywhere, that doesn't have military men that will stand at their gate, they lost everything. I don't care about Wike, but I'm just saying the right thing. All these people are the ones destroying our economy, destroying everything. With everything that is going on in Borno, in Zamfara, These people brought in Chinese to equip the Boko Haram. If Boko Haram the insurgent can go to NDA and people are running from NDA, it's a shame. I don't care about Nigerian army. It's the truth that you said they have the best thing. I don't care about that. What is wrong with them that they cannot even feed the army? Army is drinking gari inside the bush. So what are we talking about? The money that they are supposed to use to buy their defense equipment, somebody is putting it in their pockets. All of us are going to go one day. So if you build mansion, where are you going to carry that mansion to? All of them are building houses in Abuja. So it's not a laughing matter. Wike has his own. But generals too, the politicians, all of them, they are all the same thing. I'm not going to sit down and begin to hear. They may be using the body. Boy is just doing his job.
Absolutely.
He's just doing it. But all of them are the same thing. Look at what Wike said. Wike said, if the man had called him, so if the man had called you, you will allow it to pass. So what are we talking about? Let's face facts. You know how many houses were destroyed in Alaba and all those places? So everybody was going to go and carry general and military to go and put at their gate. You can't come there. That's what Nigeria will be doing now. The places that were destroyed, even Abuja, and people are not being compensated. So what are we talking about? Let's face facts. That's what I got to say, Ben.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. This is a disaster. Honestly speaking, this is looking like a national disaster as far as I can tell. And it doesn't paint a very good picture of who we are as Nigerians. I'm going to quickly go through some comments here. Please, if you haven't liked the show yet, tap on the screen. If you are watching from mobile phone, if you are watching the vertical view on mobile, tap on your screen to like the show. If you are on the regular show, please hit the like button and share with your friends. All right, I'm going to start reading the comment. And again, I have the link here for anybody who would like to contribute to the show. Don't be a stranger. Come in. I see all my people right here. Comfort Adagri, my sweet sister Bilba. How you doing? Missy, the troublemaker. Abdul, how are you doing, Abdul? How is everybody? AJ, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Ugochukwu, how you doing, my brother? I hope you are having a fantastic time. Adeoshu Taiwo, what's up? I see you, Trevor. How you doing? Freeze, what's up? Okay, let me take some comments. So, Bold Reality says, Wike is a national disgrace. He's talking about impunity, whereas he's the king of impunity. Yemisi Pira. Yemisi said, I love this army officer. Kudos to him. Yeah, Wike. Yemisi, don't make me laugh, please. Spilf on the track said, enough of this old dude stupidity. My brother, we're tired, man. Victor said, he's fearless and should be elevated to a bigger role. Absolutely. Sisi said, I just saw this video and loved how the young soldier stood his ground very respectfully. Same. Some of you elders are very shameful, honestly. That's what we are dealing with, my sister. Gaspik said, Wike has no manner. And Suyo Julius said, Wike is wrong. Fritz also said, even though I'm a Cameroonian, the officer is actually acting on instructions, and that should be new to Wike. Wike threw insult on the officer, but calmly, he only refused to be labeled a fool. Who else won't get provoked? You are doing your duty, and somebody, because of your political position, you just want to talk to anybody anyhow. I don't care. Wike might actually be right. Okay, the documentation on that land maybe is not correct. Maybe something is wrong elsewhere. But you can't just go and intimidate a young officer who is performing his duty. Why? You see, this is one thing I used to say about bullies. Bullies like to pick on people they feel they can crush. The ex-Naval commander, chief of staff rather, why don't you go confront him, Wike? You should have ordered your police officers to go arrest him now. Then we see where... I'm sorry. As the governor of the Federal Capital Territory, Minister Wike should have ordered his police. Go arrest the naval officer. Go arrest me. Why would he be building like that? Go get him. You choose to ignore the man and you drove all the way to the site to go and intimidate the army officers. What is wrong with us? Seriously. Thank you, Trevor. Trevor said the officer has a baby face to be in such high-ranking office. Wike is looking up to a small boy. And Adeosun said, Wike should not call the officer a fool for obeying his superior's commander. Exactly. I believe we are all on the same page now. Ugochukwu said, for me, Wike should not have gone there. If we allow a diplomatic way by calling a superior to take care of things, but Navy way, no get paper, should not grab the land either. They're both wrong, respectively. Absolutely. But this is why some people will usually refer to Nigeria as a jungle. Anybody will get crazy pass. I ain't define way. That is so wrong. Abdul Salam said, do not criticize the military of a country. They can topple a government if they like. Well, we don't want that. I think we are way beyond that now. That won't take us anywhere. Ovoy Worm said, you be fool, I no be fool. Get out, I no go get out. That's funny. Martins, what's up? Martins say, this is another David and Goliath, my brother. This David, everybody love this David, though, honestly. Bianca Michael, what's up, Bianca? Bianca said, laughable and shameful for Wike's essay. Yeah. To say on live TV that the gallant officer is unruly, even to the CDS. We'll get to that. That Mr. Leary is another case. And why did Leary go to Arise News? He should have went to Arise News to defend Wike now. May can jam Rufai there. How many of you know Rufai Hosseini? If you know Rufai Hosseini, please drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know if people are really watching Arise News. If you know Rufai Hosseini, drop 1 in the chat. Because I was expecting Wike essay. Instead of running to Channels TV, he should have gone to Arise now. Made they come roast in bomb. Thank you, Biba. So, Biba, you are watching Arise News. Thank you. You know Rufai Hosseini, right? We're going to get there shortly. I'm about to play his video now because analysts has been talking and people are spitting fire right now. Did you even know that this fantastic, handsome officer is trending on Twitter right now? So, the officer younger sister shared this picture on Twitter and said, I'm so proud of my brother right now. In fact, bro, for standing up to Wike, I'm going to do your laundry for 1 year. Come and sit, come see thread. Ladies are saying, no, let me do the laundry. I like his energy. I like the way he's doing it. That's to tell you how far people are really, really angry at the misuse of power in Nigeria. Plenty girls, they're like, no. I will do his laundry. I have a lot to show you. One girl actually used AI to create picture of the officer Yerima proposing to her. Nigeria, we need Jesus. Everything, our content, everything a driver for that country. All right. If you want to contribute to the show, please use the link to come in. Don't be a stranger. This is UB and the Real Fam. Here we are a family. We are a community. We do things together. Don't worry, nobody will intimidate you. So far, you are not cussing out or doing anything. Your opinions are welcome. Be part of the family. So Adams Mohammed, how are you doing, Adam? Adam says they are both wrong because there are laws and order to revoke a land. You need a court order. Meanwhile, soldiers pledge loyalty to the commander-in-chief, military chief, authorized military structures. Well, if you say they are both wrong, I won't agree. I think in this case, Wike is the one who is wrong. You are the governor of the Federal Capital Territory. All you have to do is to go through official channels and get the Navy commander or ex-chief of staff to come and clear things up, not to go to the site and try to intimidate a young man doing his job. So I think Wike has become so comfortable at allegedly bullying people. That's just my take anyway. All right, Biba no Rufai Husseini, Ugochukwu, good. Ijoma, people wey sabi Rufai plenty. Emmanuel, Comfort, Tosin, Martins, you all know Rufai Husseini. Oh, this is fantastic. Sisi, how did you know Rufai Husseini? Sisi, you guys watch Arise News all the way from UK? Oh, wow. My own honey babe, did you know Rufai Husseini? Wow, Joy. Everybody's happy Rufai. Gas Pigs, Marcos, Goswill. Uncle Patty say Rufai and Lady are cat and mouse. Rufai would have dragged his bum this morning. Maybe I say Rufai is my guy. He following him since his days on radio. Okay.
Uncle Ben, Rufai is single too, if anybody is interested.
Rufai is single?
Yeah.
Oh, lady can't stand Rufai. Both of them are always gbos. Bianca said Rufai Husseini is well known. He can't near Rufai because Rufai will roast him. Absolutely. Rufai. Okay, Adebumi say yes. Listening on VOP every morning. Okay. If you watch Voice of the People, then definitely you know Rufai. I think among all the journalists on Nigerian TV station, Rufai and Sheun, they are more or less like my favorite. Okay, but there is something about the way they run to channels. I think maybe Sheun is giving them soft landing. They usually go to Arise News and just fight, insult everybody, kinds of. My brother AJ said Wike went there to disgrace himself. The guy have gone there earlier that day. Oh, really? Went back to report to him. Then he decided to go himself as Donald Trump that he is and met the shocker of his life. I know say you go still there in office, the para now say, who is that officer? Give me his number. I have to fire him. Wike, forget to. This one pass you. Hey, Rachel, how you doing, Rachel? Rachel said, I love this soldier. Once a soldier, always a soldier. Fearless. Greetings to you all. Ajuaya, yes. So, and Gatsby say, Wike own too much. Very corrupt. Wike behaving innocent. I no talk say Wike corrupt. I beg go allegedly. You know, I'm still a Niger boy. Man, no go Nigeria. They will say, oh, you did a show. They say I'm corrupt. I don't want their drama, man. Sisi say this is son-in-law material 1,000 yard. Sisi, I know what you are trying to do. You want to come and snatch our Yerima. No, we are not giving Yerima to anybody in UK. Now my Niger beautiful sister, now then go marry Yerima. I'm so proud of him, man. So proud of him. It's been long I see something like this. Adams Mohammed said Wike has turned to Omo. Is he Omo Onile land grabber? Who is Wike? Is he the minister for lands? Even the minister of defense, navy and defense releases statements in defense of the officer. Wike land minister. Honestly, all the top officers, they are actually on the side of the young officer. And I kind of feel proud for that, you know. And I will show you guys shortly. Did you know that the ex-chief naval officer, the one who sent him there, actually went to that land today with this guy by his side? That is how you lead as a boss. When you ask somebody to do a job, and katakata boss, you have to stand by them. You have to show that, yes, boy, I asked you to do this, and I'm all the way behind you. All the officers are talking. It be like I said, they don't mean Wike since. Well, let's see. Maybe Tinubu can rescue Wike from this. Hopefully, maybe Tinubu. Kevin Power said Wike and the officer should apologize to each other. Really, Kevin? I don't think that officer owe Wike any apology. Maybe, my opinion may be wrong. Uncle Patrick, do you think the officer owe Wike apology, sir?
Hey, Ben, if you look at the whole scenario, it's all planned. We know I'm saying that the main Wike will have grabbed some of the officers' land and property. And this way the things is going now. I don't know the fate of Wike. And like you said, unless the commander-in-chief of army staff backed in.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Wike has no rights. The end goal is to stop them. You can do that without you going there. He's a bully. He's a bully. That's why he went there. And you know, that's why I say, okay, don't jam rock. No. There's a way you deal with people, with management. If they want to fire you from work, your boss will call you and say you are fired. And you know where we have the use pike, they will take necessary action. It's not your boss that will come. It's not going to be your boss. It's going to be the HR that will talk to you that you are fired. And they guide them, they work you out with insecurity.
Yeah.
So what Wike did is wrong.
Yeah.
He's wrong. So
Very,
I don't know.
Wrong.
The military will decide they said Wike, you know, Buratai said Wike should apologize to the military and to the Nigerian armed forces that you cannot call an officer a fool after going that kind of training. So
exactly.
Yes, Wike need to reset his brain. Yeah. You know, these children, even our children, when you talk to them, they ask questions. It's not as if they are disrespecting you. They want to know. They want to reaffirm. So Wike, I don't know what is wrong with him. He think he can just talk to anybody. He's been doing it and he's been going away with it. Yeah. So I don't know. The guy to apologize, it has to come. We can have to apologize first, and the military will decide. You know, military, they don't agree. Go is go. They are zombie. So yeah. I don't blame the guy. The guy cannot come out and apologize. He cannot do it. He's standing for the military. Yeah. The military will decide that. That's what I'm going to say. The guy will not come out. He's not privately representing himself. He said he's obeying order. Yeah, I have a friend too that's in Abuja. He's a retired general in the Navy too. I know them. Yeah.
These people are disgraceful. All right. Thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't liked the show yet, please like the show, subscribe to the channel. We have political roundtable almost every day except on Thursday. Even Thursday we still have it, but on Thursday we usually have our TSC, and then on Sundays we have Sunday school. But besides that, we do political roundtable almost every day. So thank you everybody. Now let's have our first poll of the day. Poll number 1: should Officer Yerima apologize to Minister Wike? So that's our first poll. If you're watching us for the first time, when we cast our live polls, we use numbers. So 1 means yes, 2 means no, and 3 means undecided. Okay, so let me know what you think. I'm gonna go through your vote real quick, and at the same time we have a poll ongoing on the channel. Please cast your vote. The poll on the channel right now, from the vertical live, the poll has 250 votes already. And the question is, who is wrong? 71% said Wike, 9% said Officer Yerima, 20% said Nigerian government. That's the poll on the vertical live. All right, now coming back here, ladies and gentlemen, while I'm going to play this next video, please cast your vote. Okay, let's vote real quick. If you have been watching us here, you know how we do it already. So poll number 1, should Officer Yerima apologize to Minister Wike? Yes, no, or undecided. Cast your vote. Now, let's watch the video once again, what really went down. Listen.
Shut up, your mouth, put outside. When you keep quiet, give them the food.
Jesus Christ. Shut up your mouth. Will you keep quiet? Wike. Baba, they take am easy now. Shut up your mouth. You are a fool. Will you keep quiet? Okay. Take a listen again, guys.
Will you stop that?
I'm an officer. I have integrity.
Shut up, your mouth, put outside. Will you keep quiet? Give them the food.
I'm not.
We are the food. This country cannot continue along this line.
My friend, you see,
I'm not document. Bring the document.
I have documents and everything.
You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that.
See,
You cannot continue to
please now.
Where you are providing even to people. You cannot continue this way. This country cannot continue along this line. How can that man at his level?
You see, you are wrong for this.
He cannot reach me. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
You will send soldiers to intimidate who? We are all from this country. And this is government. You cannot be higher than any government. You cannot be carrying to intimidate people to not to do their work. Let me tell you, if not our chief of defense staff who spoke to me here, you could have killed everybody here. No problem. I'm not one of those that they can intimidate. I'm doing my job.
We are not intimidating anybody.
That's what you're doing.
The civilian, the engineer mobilized to site, and then staff or workers of SCDA look at this.
No, listen now.
We were threatening them. And that was when the admiral gave the order.
They cannot give order against government.
Because papers are complete, and he said
Are
submitted
you
them.
the one? Listen, you don't the police one. Are you the one that will say, paper? Show me that you are good. First of all, show me that government gave you this. Show me that you have an approval to build what you are building. It has nothing to do with I'm a vice admiral, I'm a lieutenant general. That is nothing. We must work according to law. We must work according to law. So you?
no, you cannot tell like this. Don't tell like
I
this.
you try this.
I tell you like I'm not telling like this. Don't tell me this. You're fine.
I am a small boy, but the condition of carrying is very good. Just come and paint civilians.
How do I face him? How do I face him? This is not professional. It's not professional. You can't be facing a military
No,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
that's all that
matter.
matters. I'm an officer, take to orders.
So what? You had a who? Than me.
I'm an officer, take to orders.
So that you take you
Okay,
the governor.
Star General.
Okay.
I can't say no. That was,
You can never develop this property. I will not allow it.
No problem.
You
That's
can
why
only
never.
asking on my
if you
orders.
want to kill
As an
everybody,
officer.
kill everybody.
We will not kill
You
anybody,
cannot.
sir. We will not. We will not kill anybody.
You put yourself in trouble.
We will not. We will
And
not.
that's
friend, you see, what is that?
You cannot shut me up. Look at you. You cannot shut me up. You are my junior. You cannot even talk when I'm talking. Because
I have to reach you.
you're exaggerating. I'll be talking and policemen will
Yeah, taking with us.
Because you're an officer. Nobody does that.
We did not carry anybody.
The man took that. I will not allow because he was taking on numbers. And then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you
And
stop
so you
that?
get the.
Will you stop
Sir,
that?
I'm an officer. I have integrity.
Shut up, your mouth. Put
Sir, I
yourself.
will not shut up.
Will you shut up?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir, I'm a
I
professional
was in
officer.
school. You're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you
up.
keep quiet?
You can't
Let
shut
me
me
big
up, sir.
fool.
I'm not
You are
a
a
fool.
big fool.
I'm not a
You
fool,
think
sir.
I'm shooting anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
You
a
are the fool. Are
fool.
you?
I am not a fool, sir.
As for the time I
Don't call me a
graduated,
fool.
you were in primary school.
I'm acting on
Take
orders.
for
You
which
can't
order?
call me a fool.
I just you see whether you love me here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go
I'm
and develop your-
an
go and
officer.
develop
I'm not a fool, sir. I'm an officer.
Oh my God. Ooh. There are several aspects to analyze on this exchange. First, let me read the result of our poll real quick. So the poll question is, should Officer Yerima apologize to Minister Wike? The votes are in. Franca said 2, which is no. Ugochukwu said no. Henry Eze said 1. Henry, why do you think the officer should apologize? Biba said 2. Tosin 2. Basi, what's up, Basi? Basi said 2. Sisi said no. Comfort said capital letter N-O. Okay, Henry changed his vote to 2. Thank you, Henry. Matthew said capital no. Sisi, I don't want to laugh this morning. Sisi said raising his BP for nothing. Asabi said Wike is totally wrong, insulting the soldier as a fool, still in his military uniform, is insulting Nigerians. I agree, because that uniform represents Nigerian integrity. Absolutely. In fact, God bless you, Asabi. I like that. Does he say like he's talking to his house boy? Now so wicked they move. Funke, how are you doing? Funke say, look at him yelling like a bulldog. Shame on him. Everybody just divest this morning. My honey babe say, Wike is out of order. Honestly, honey babe, that man. Kevin said the minister was very rude because he calls his boss a fool because that uniform represents the foundation of Nigeria authority. Absolutely. And Sisi said, and they wonder why they will fall down and cry one day. Honeybabe say shameful behavior. Bilba said, we can say we are all from this country is a joke. All right. Bethlehem Blessing said two. Okay. Blessing is saying no, the officer should not apologize. Thank you. Ashley, where have you been? We haven't seen you in a while, Ashley. I hope you're okay, my baby girl. Ashley, oh, please, no one's above reproach, Wike. Yeah. Uncle Patrick Rieko, Wike, keep quiet. Shut your mouth. You are a fool. Are not words used in my house. Don't intimidate the kids. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Uncle V said that Wike is a big I beg you. I know if you talk. So Ashley voted too. All right. So the consensus is that officer don't need to apologize to Wike, and I agree with that. Okay. Aisha said Wike should apologize to Yerima. Absolutely. To me, man, I know verse. Mabel also said no, the officer should not apologize. Thompson, shout out Thompson. Thompson said no, the officer should not apologize. Okay, let's keep it going. And is that Mo Portrait? Sorry if I don't get that right. Mo Portrait said our. He said our derision for the status quo is blinding our reasoning. Okay, is it our delusion for status quo is blinding our reasoning? Wike is wrong for his utterances, and the army are also wrong for going against the law. Basically, I won't say the army go against the law here. That guy is simply discharging his duty. So it's not right for Wike to go there and think he's just going to intimidate him. That's just my take anyway. Igwe Nduke, how are you doing, sir? Igwe said, no, there is no need to apologize. He's representing an order and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is greater than Wike. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let us go to more analysis. Yeah, let's listen to what the experts are saying about this situation. Kevin Power said the president should call Wike to order before they hurt him. I'm speaking as a man of God. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And as a man of God, you can join us on Sundays. We have Sunday school, so we need more people to come and share the knowledge of God with us. Sisi said, absolutely. He is the one that should apologize, causing commotion for nothing. What we saw was the male ego bruised. Exactly. That's why I play a 6 minutes of the exchange for everybody to see. Aisha, how are you doing? Aisha said, I understand that officer Yerima is on his 2-star already and need not to be insulted by the mere operative around Wike. By the way, Uncle Patrick, let's talk about that police officer. Now, during the exchange, the naval officer, Yerima, said to the police officer, I am your senior. You are not supposed to be talking to me like this. And now some people are backing the Nigerian police. I saw this on Twitter already. They were like, wow, how can the military guy talk to the police officer like that? No. I don't know if people really understand that when it comes to the servicemen, rank not be anybody made to. And no matter who you are, when they senior you with rank, forget the age. Even if the officer is 25 years old, so far he senior you with rank, you can't just open your mouth and talk anyhow. But you see, these guys that are protecting Wike, they are beginning to act like Minister Wike. Even one, I don't know if you guys noticed during the exchange, there is one, I don't know if I can trace him, that wear suit. He said, "A guy is talking and you are talking. If a guy is talking, you keep quiet." Yeah, this one. You see this one right here. This one that wear blue suit or whatever he wore, very close to Officer Yerima. You see him? This one. You see, "A guy is talking now. A guy is talking. You have to keep quiet." This is the delusion. Listen again.
We did not carry anybody.
The man took that. We will not allow because he was chief of Naval, and then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you
And
stop
so
that?
you get the
Will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, your mouth, put
Sir, I
yourself.
will not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up.
I was in school. You're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you
up.
keep quiet?
You can't
Give
shut
me
me
a
up, sir.
food.
I'm not.
Did you hear him? He said, "A guy is talking." Hear him again.
You're a fool.
I'm not a
You
fool,
think you
sir.
can shoot anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
You're
a
a
fool.
fool. Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
As at the time I
Don't call me a
graduated,
fool.
you were in primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Take for
You
which
can't
order?
call me a fool.
I just, you will see whether you will not be here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go
I'm
and open up your
an
mouth.
officer. I'm not a fool, sir. I'm an officer.
You will have killed him.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is a mess. All right. Let's quickly go to Arise News. It's about to get hot to my people. It's about to get hot. And you are about to hear this now.
Kasongo yeah. Mombali nanga. Kasongo mbona wewo. Songa libala. Oh. I don't want peace. I want problems always. Yeah. You be in the building. Hey, vibe with Uncle Bino. Let's go. Now happy hour things, you know. Hang out with you, babe. It's our vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn. We're shining bright.
Benno, we can't hear you.
All right. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. I was playing the intro music so we can move to the next segment. That's why you didn't hear me. All right. So this is Arise News. Let's listen to what my lovely sister Oji, how she presented this case and what the Arise News crew are saying about the situation. Guys, are you ready? Because if you are ready, I am so ready. Here we go, guys.
Details of stories trending around.
Good morning. How are you this morning? We feel on fire. I've been by. How are you this morning? I know why you're dancing. But you know I come in peace. I always just I am in day. How are you this morning? How are you managing with these I'm trying. You can see. A lot of stories to cover. Let's begin. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending. Focusing on reactions trailing the dramatic public confrontation between the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, and a military personnel on Tuesday. The incident unfolded when soldiers reportedly acting on orders from a former Chief of Naval Staff forcibly removed FCT development control officials who were enforcing a directive to halt the development of a plot of land in Abuja that the minister described as illegal. Let's take a look.
You know what I'm saying now? This order.
Yes.
It's not a government order. He has no
Formal.
formal. Okay, can I tell something?
Sir, let me request to enlighten you. So there's no such thing as a former vice admiral.
Okay, thank you very much.
Vice admiral is vice admiral.
It's not an officer now. He's not serving. Even if he's serving in government, this government property. Show me the document you have. You have no document.
So documents?
Bring the document.
You have documents and everything has been submitted, sir.
Excuse me, I'm the minister.
Yes, sir.
You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that. We cannot continue to act in this impunity. Where the approval even to build. You cannot continue this way. This country cannot continue along this line. How can that man at his level, even if he has a problem, he cannot reach me and say, look, I'm sorry, see what I have. He will send soldiers to intimidate who?
Anybody, won't kill him.
So intense. Oh my goodness. Well, speaking to the press after that confrontation, Wike accused the military of intimidation, insisting that the occupants failed to provide valid acquisition documents or building approvals when challenged by development control officers.
I don't understand how somebody who attained that position and see that he has a problem cannot approach my office to say, look, this is what is going on, this is what is going on. Or simply because he's a military man, he could use that to intimidate Nigerians. I'm not one of those kind of persons that will succumb to blackmail or intimidation. And you can imagine where you cannot even prove where are the documents. And the director of the control is there. I said, look, I was there. I said, bring the documents. You don't have the documents. Bring the approval for building. You don't have it. And how can we continue to allow lawlessness to prevail in this country? What about those who don't have the military? What about those who don't have security? It has gotten to a level where when government officials are carrying out their job, you go and bring security to intimidate them. Against government officials, I will not accept that.
All right, Wike has said that he had contacted the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chief of Naval Staff, both of whom assured him the matter will be resolved. I mean, reactions have trailed. Ayo, the name of the naval officer who actually called these military personnel to get rid of those people that were developing the land.
Yes, so that's Vice Admiral A.Z. Gambo, retired.
He's retired.
He was former Chief of Naval Staff. I think he served 2 years ago.
So he's
retired but not tired.
He's retired but not tired.
He is retired but not tired. But you heard the officer there saying that he's not retired. Once a naval officer, if you can correct me.
So we can use the word ex Air Vice. I said so. You can use retired.
You can use retired, but you can't say former. Okay.
Former.
All right. Yeah. We're unraveling so many things. Yes. Let's take some reactions because reactions have trailed. This person wrote on X, classic case of he who lives by the sword dies by the sword. Wike thinks say nafubara. Anyways, power isn't loud. Wike is not used to getting a no. That's why he thinks he could intimidate an officer that probably already had him in mind. These are soldiers. He could have just spoken to his superior instead of trying to intimidate or even use foul language. Now, he ended up embarrassing himself. Now, I got this comment on WhatsApp, and this person wrote, what does the law say? This is Wike versus Nigeria naval officer. We may be happy that Wike met his match today. We may even say them serve the food of intimidation where himself they serve others. But regardless of our personal opinion, the law is not emotional and will never be. Under the law, a military officer does not have the right to intervene in land dispute matters, talk less of stopping a minister from inspecting a land. Under the Land Use Act, the land ownership belongs to the governor of the state, of which Wike is equivalent to in the FCT. Land disputes are civil cases, and even the police doesn't have the right to intervene until there is a crime, like fighting. The basic responsibility of the Nigerian military is to defend Nigeria from external aggression, maintain the territorial integrity and secure the borders, suppress insurrection, and act in aid of civil authorities to restore order under specific conditions and presidential directive only. Any attempt by a military officer, like what we saw today, to assert jurisdiction or forcibly intervene in a non-military land dispute is unlawful and an abuse of power. That military officer and whoever sent them on that mission needs to face punishment for acting outside their legal jurisdiction. It is an insult to our democratic ruling to have military officers sent to protect ordinary land, a civil case for that matter. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Rufai is already screaming, I disagree.
Totally.
Okay, so I'll come to you, but before I come to you, let me take a statement as well. The former Chief of Army Staff, Toko Buratai, has condemned Wike's confrontation with the soldier, describing it as a threat to national security that demands an immediate apology. In a strongly worded release, the former army chief said Wike's public disparagement of the uniformed officer transcends mere misconduct and represent a probable threat to institutional integrity. Well, let's take that statement right now. Can we pull up that statement? It says, a minister's verbal assault on a military officer in uniform is an act of profound indiscipline that strikes at the core of our nation's command and control structure. It deliberately undermines the chain of command, disrespects the authority of the commander-in-chief, and grievously wounds the morale of every individual who serves under the Nigerian flag. Buratai argued that such actions erode the foundation of discipline upon which Nigeria's national security apparatus stands. He dismissed suggestions that the incident was political theater, calling it instead a reckless endangerment of national order and a clear indication of undermining the federal government's authority. The former army chief demanded that Wike immediately issue an apology to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as commander-in-chief of the armed forces and to the officer whose honor was violated. He insisted that the nation's security must come first and called for decisive action rather than politics of military bashing. I mean, we've gotten two different reports to balance this story, Rufai. But, you know, this Buratai's intervention adds another, you know, significant military voice to the growing controversy surrounding Wike's confrontation with the soldiers. Your thoughts before we take more reactions?
In the words of Nyesom Wike, if he didn't day, he didn't day. He never. Why I disagree with that first message you read is the fact that, do you know that the FCDA had sent security personnel to go harass the engineer working on the site before? It was in reaction to that the army now sent people there. So that analogy was wrong. The FCDA at first used force. And it's in reaction to that, they brought another level of force. So you can say, oh, violation of laws and everything. But it is in reaction to that. So both of them on that score, they are wrong. The second score that is wrong, please, with due respect, how many court orders has Wike himself respected of people that he goes ahead, that they have a court paper, and they have an initial agreement, he will turn their pack around and take it? Didn't we talk about the story of those two young girls here? Did I challenge the senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Falono, about it? How many has he respected? See, let's not deceive ourselves. Wike has acted like a god over the land in Abuja, and he forgets that you're not going to be FCT minister forever. Before you, El Rufai, he did his own. He still left in the end. Why yo? Meaning? Please, be gently.
Rufai.
Do it.
Evil as well.
Do it slowly.
All right.
The third point is, you now got there. You claim that you have called before. You had called the man superior. Why was that the show? It's because you wanted to intimidate him. But the man refused to be cowed. Yerima refused to be cowed. And please, those that are trying to skew narrative, Yerima didn't insult the minister.
All right.
All he said is, how can you call somebody a fool and you expect him not to talk? The next thing, you are a boy. Just like one minister was calling me a boy the other day, small boy. The next thing, I was already after I finished school before. Is that the bone of contention?
All right.
Please, like I said, the Hadiza Bala Usman's index should be released to the public so that we even have a ministerial code and screening.
All right.
We can't just have all sorts of things happen like this now.
Rufai, you have more opportunity to speak. Let's take some more reactions. This is from Characteristics, who wrote, unfortunately, this incident reflects a broader pattern where some retired or serving military officers attempt to use armed personnel to intimidate civilian authorities or protect questionable private interests. Such behavior undermines the rule of law, erodes public trust in the armed forces, and weakens Nigeria's democratic institutions. The president, as commander-in-chief, must call the military hierarchy to order. The military must reaffirm its constitutional duty to remain subordinate to civil authority and ensure that no officer serving or retired uses the uniform to pursue private gain. The Nigerian Armed Forces have a proud history of discipline and service to the nation. That discipline must extend to respecting the boundaries of lawful deployment and upholding the supremacy of civilian authority. The events in the FCT should serve as a wake-up call for renewed civil-military education and strict accountability within the rank. Well, before I come to you, we got reports alleging that, that disputed 30-hectare plot of land in Gadwa district was originally allocated to serving and retired military officers, but was later revoked by Wike. That report has been making the rounds on social media. The report also alleged that the land was reallocated to Wike's political associates and that the revocation and redistribution were carried out in total disregard of due process, official recommendations, and existing approvals. Well, according to a 2022 letter from the FCTA Parks and Recreation Department, the land was originally designated as a green area for park development and was subdivided by various organizations, including Santos Estates Limited and Kuiro International Ventures. An approval was reportedly sought since 2014, but ignored despite memos recommending it. The FCT minister was said to have changed the land use from park to recreation to multi-purpose before issuing fresh rights of occupancy to new beneficiary. We're seeing this sort of, reports. And I must say, those documents that were presented right now has not been independently verified by Arise News. But these are the reports that are circulating, plus the fact that it's trending. The dispute, Ayo, exposes the complexity of land administration in the FCT, where powerful interests often collide. Wike has built his FCT tenure on aggressive enforcement against illegal development. These new allegations raise questions about transparency in his own reallocation process. Well, a 2022 video showing the moment a chief superintendent of police defied an order from Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to vacate the Magodo Phase 2 estate amid a lingering land dispute has resurfaced online.
Gentlemen, sorry, because of YouTube policy, I have to run some commentary so that the show will not be flagged for copyright. Now, who remembered the incident between Lagos State Governor Sanwo-Olu and that military officer? It's just similar to what's going on between Wike and this our handsome officer Yerima now. If you notice, Sanwo-Olu handled that case with integrity, respect. Sanwo-Olu actually addressed the officer respectfully, even though Sanwo-Olu is a governor, a sitting governor of Lagos State. But look at Wike's reaction. This is just pure madness. I will allow you to see that. I will let you see that, and I'll come back to the comment. Let's go, guys.
Or in sharp comparisons with FCT Minister Wilson Wike's confrontation with the soldier. Let's take a look.
Can you call your superior in Abuja and tell them that the governor is here and I'm the chief security officer and that you don't have any business being in my state right now and that I want you to disengage forthwith from here?
Thank you very much, sir. Your Excellency, sir. I'm not here on my own orders.
That's why I'm asking you to make a phone call and tell them your superior that I'm here standing in front of you. Make that phone call.
Thank you, sir. I'm here on instruction of this Messenger of Police.
You are wrong.
Sir. And that is why I'm here. I'm too small or too low to call them. Your Excellency, sir, with due respect, sir, you can call them directly, sir.
I've spoken to the Attorney General at this moment, so he's not aware that you are here.
We are expecting the call that we should disengage.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yes, sir.
Because when I make the phone call, it'll be tougher. If you can call and say that the governor is here in front of you, what should you do?
It is not my duty to call because I'm too low to do that, sir. Okay. If you call...
So where are your men?
My men are here. They are all over the estate.
Yes, sir. You're assistant, what is it?
I'm a chief superintendent of police.
So CSP?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So pressman, don't worry. I'll make 2 phone calls, right? One to the Inspector General of Police and one to the Attorney General of the Federation. Very illegal operation. They have absolutely nothing, and I'm the chief security of the state.
Thank you, sir.
Gentlemen, give me 5 minutes. I'll make those 2 phone calls.
All right. I mean, that video began trending, and you can see the stark difference between how the minister handled the soldier and how Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, handled a police officer with respect and with respect to the Nigerian public. He didn't call him a fool. He didn't tell him to shut up. You know, he was not disrespecting the man in uniform. And you see these pictures have started trending online. This is it. You are a fool. I'm not a fool, sir. And the military man stood his ground. Ayo.
All right, so some people have described this show of, I don't know what to call it. I'm trying to remove the word show of shame, but I don't think there's anything more elevated, anything better to call it. Yes, it's a show of shame, and it's quite unfortunate that this has happened, but it gives us an opportunity to see what happens. This is impunity versus impunity, because if you look at it objectively, both sides, and as reflected by the tweets or the X post you read out, are, they come under questioning. Number one is that when you speak to many quarters, this issue could have been resolved amicably without this show of shame and show of force and show of whose power is higher than the other power. What were the options available to the FCT minister? On arriving there, the easiest thing is that when matters like this happen, you go to court. As they always ask, that this could have been resolved using, and this is where we talk about the respect of the rule of law. But guess what? We don't have the respect for rule of law and institutions. Hence, we take matters into our own hands, and then we have a state of anarchy. And that's what ensued yesterday. Very unfortunate incident. A state of anarchy where Nigerians then resort to taking matters into their own hands. So what does this mean? Does it mean that the response to FCT Minister Wike's going around revoking land is to get military on your land so that you will not be able to enter? That's a state of anarchy, whereby people take matters into their own law and they don't respect the rule of law. And so in the same vein as well, the military, former CNS, could have gone to court to challenge the revocation of the land by Minister Wike, instead of sending his boys to the to ground to resist any kind of... But that's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. It is the strength of our institutions, and that's why we keep talking about strengthening our institution. I say this because if anything had happened, Wike would have unnecessarily wasted the lives of those servicemen, because he has said that everybody here would die if I wanted to show myself.
No, would have died. I don't think he said.
He said that if they would have been a shootout if he wanted to assert his authority.
No,
so what I'm saying, I watched the video.
He said,
I watched the video.
He said, what you're doing here, people would have died.
Yeah, well, so what he meant was that if he had allowed the altercation between his security aides and the military, but that's what I'm saying, that these young men who are supposed to be saving lives and properties of Nigeria would have died for a useless cause because people's egos were God. That's what I'm saying, that if we don't respect institutions and the rule of law, this is what happens with big manism in Nigeria. And so that's why I'm saying that on both sides, we have the courts for a reason. We have due process for a reason. Can we follow due process? For too long, people take matters into their own hands, and we have powerful people just flouting the laws for no reason. I applaud the uniformed officer. According to a military man, no commissioned officer would take that insult to his person lying low. And so he spoke with dignity, he spoke with respect, and he stood his ground.
We're yet to hear from the military hierarchy at this point. We've heard from Buratai. So we'd like to see really the resolution to this sort of engagement. Plenty questions were raised, and I'll just ask some of them. And this is for, the military command. First, can the Navy or military stop enforcement action by civil authorities too? Can an officer of the Nigerian Armed Forces in uniform be abused and insulted? Is the uniform not the symbol of the sovereignty of Nigeria? Can civil authorities disrespect the sovereignty of Nigeria as represented in the military officer in uniform? Finally, should the minister not have reported the officer to his commander-in-chief? We did see that he called. And so these are the sort of questions that we want to hear from the military command. Bimba, I've loved your comment, but we've run out of time. I'll take this story and then you can do that. Well, all right. In Edo State, reactions continue to trail the invasion of the Museum of West African Art in Benin City by protesters demanding The facility be renamed Benin Royal Museum. The protesters forced the evacuation of international guests and the cancellation of the museum's opening event. Speaking while receiving a
All right. Today's political roundtable is not about Edo State Museum. We can cover that in another show. However, when we're listening to the Arise News crew analysis, of course, you know our beautiful sister, Ayo. You all know Ayo don't play, right? I want you to listen to Ayo analysis again. Ayo don't play. I love that beautiful sister. She always bring it 100. That's why one time, is it not this same lady, this Wike's PA that went to Arise News, and if you see the way he talk, the way that man speak to Ayo for people, if we're talking about respectable journalists in Nigeria, those who really come through, bring balance analysis, Ayo is one of those sisters we have to respect. This same way they went there and disregarded all of them. But that's a conversation for another day. Please listen to Ayo once more.
The police officer, with respect and with respect to the Nigerian public, he didn't call him a fool. He didn't tell him to shut up. You know, he was not disrespecting the man in uniform. And you see these pictures that started trending online. This is it. You are a fool. I'm not a fool, sir. And the military man stood his ground. Ayo.
All right, so some people have described this show of, I don't know what to call it. I'm trying to remove the word show of shame, but I don't think there's anything more elevated, anything better to call it. Yes, it's a show of shame, and it's quite unfortunate that this has happened, but it gives us an opportunity to see what happens. This is impunity versus impunity, because if you look at it objectively, both sides, and as reflected by the tweets or the posts you read out, are, they come under questioning. Number one is that when you speak to many quarters, this issue could have been resolved amicably without this show of shame and show of force and show of whose power is higher than the other power. What were the options available to the FCT minister? On arriving there, the easiest thing is that when matters like this happen, you go to court. As they always ask, that this could have been resolved using, and this is where we talk about the respect of the rule of law. But guess what? We don't have the respect for rule of law and institutions. Hence, we take matters into our own hands, and then we have a state of anarchy. And that's
all right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Let us take our second poll real quick. This is very, very important. For those who are not from Nigeria, I'm sorry, but I think my Nigerian community will probably understand this poll better. The question is, let me put this here, poll number 2. Do we have the rule of law in Nigeria? I'm just going by what my sister Ayo is saying. So for those who still don't know how we vote, if your answer is yes, just type 1. And if your answer is no, just type 2. And if you think you are in between, if your answer is undecided, if you are in between, type 3. Let's take this poll real quick, my people. Don't worry. As far as you are watching our show, you will soon understand how we roll in this our community here. It's very simple. I have made this very fantastic statement, and this has been going on for a while. Based on what is going on and her analysis, let me know, what do you think? Do we have the rule of law in Nigeria, the way it's supposed to be applicable to everything we're doing? Do you think the law in Nigeria usually satisfy what it's supposed to represent? So let me get your vote real quick. Uncle Patrick, are you still with me, sir? Okay, maybe Uncle Patrick is busy now. But tell me, do we have rule of law in Nigeria? Shout out to my sister Rose Eze. Sister Rose, where have you been? You don't even check on your brother, Sister Rose. Don't let me come to New York. Oh. If I come to New York and I catch you by the corner or by yourself, the way you used to tell me, Sister Rose. All right. Bring the
Uncle
vote
Ben.
in. Yes, sir. Uncle Patrick.
Rule of law, okay.
Do we have rule of law?
Our judiciary is compromised. You know that. We have rule of law in paper. But our judiciary is compromised. You should know that. And that is what is happening right now. Look at what if I said. He said how many others have Wike himself flaunted that will not even follow through. He will not obey. You see what is going on with our judiciary, our Supreme Court in Nigeria, man. Minister of Justice, then did the pocket of the president. I better leave that thing, Uncle Ben.
So, based on your take, sir, we do not have the practice of the rule of law in Nigeria.
No, the judiciary is compromised now. Look at the carry Regina brother from Lagos to Kuje prison to magistrate court. I beg, Uncle Ben. They will hold you for airport for Nigeria for Lagos before you know you there Abuja. They will just arrange you quick. I bet that money now. What did that boy do? Look at what is happening to Natasha. They even see his passports. Rule of law. He cannot travel. You can imagine. He has to fight the home minister. I beg that power show now. Who on top? We know now.
All right. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. All right, let me quickly count the votes to see if we are on the same page. So, Honey Babe said 2. Ugochukwu said 2. Let me see. Is that Kaka? Sorry, let me see. All right. Kakaoli said 2. Sister Rose 2. 2 Flukes 2. Uchechukwu 2. Sister Chinye 2. Sister Chinye, that is INEC. We don't want INEC voting, please. How are you doing today, Sister Chinye? You're welcome. Honey Babe, you voted again. 2. Honey Babe, you are our accountability prefect. Just drop 1, 2. Which one is 2? You are ringing election. No, don't ring our poll. All right. Bando Abayomi voted 1. Okay, Abayomi is saying we have the rule of law in Nigeria. All right. Kayode 2. No rule of law. Aisha said the rule of law died ever since the regime of Buhari till now. I have to agree with you, sister. Gaspik voted 2. Yemi voted 3. Okay, Mr. Yemi is undecided. Mr. Yemi, if you can explain why you choose undecided, we're going to appreciate that. Henry 2, Sunday 2, and Meme Nataya voted 2. Ife Tayo Dada, how you doing, Ife? 2. Felix also 2. Kayode 2. Jennifer 2. Oh wow, Kakali 2. Nora 2. Sister Rose said we already answered Ben. Sister Rose, I don't see your vote. Ademola said 2 and Anthony said 3, undecided. So, all right, I think majority voted 2. I think I'm right? Tochukwu said no, very big no. So we do not have rule of law in Nigeria. My baby girl Tosin voted 2. Comfort Adagri 2. And Sister Chinye said nope. They just do whatever the hell they want to do. Sister Chinye, you New Yorkers said the way una they talk. All right. Bilba 2, Nora 2. Okay, let's go back to what my sister Ayo is saying again. Boniface voted 1 that we have the rule of law. All right. Oh, Sister Rose, this news site doesn't allow people to call me. Sister Rose, I usually share the link in our backstage for those who want to call in, especially member of the Real Farm community. You can try that, sis. All right. So Ayo just hit a chord right there. This is why I listen to Arise News analysis. They are fair and they give balanced analysis. So, number one, Ayo said, Wike do not respect the rule of law. And I love this, my beautiful sister Ayo, for that. Take a listen to the second point she made.
What ensued yesterday, very unfortunate incident. A state of anarchy where Nigerians then resort to taking matters into their own hands. So what does this mean? Does it mean that the response to FCT Minister Wike's going around revoking land is to get military on your land so that he will not be able to enter? That's a state of anarchy whereby people take matters into their own law and they don't respect the rule of law. And so in the same vein as well, the military, former CNS, could have gone to court to challenge the revocation of the land by Mr. Wike instead of sending his boys to the to ground to resist any kind of... But that's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. It is the strength of our institutions, and that's why we keep talking about strengthening our institution. I say this because if anything had happened, Wike would have unnecessarily wasted the lives of those servicemen because he has said that everybody here would die if I wanted to show myself.
No, would have died. I don't think he said.
He said no. He said that if they would have been a shootout if he wanted to assert his authority. No, so what I'm saying, no, I watched the video.
He said
I watched the video.
He said what you are doing here, people would have died.
Yeah, well, that's so. What he meant was that if he had allowed the altercation between his security aides and the military, but that's what I'm saying. That these young men who are supposed to be saving lives and properties of Nigeria would have died for a useless cause because people's egos were God. That's what I'm saying. That
exactly again. I can't love Ayo less. Like I told you guys, Miss Ayo always bring it 100%. That nonsense that Wike and that officer got involved in. Look, I don't know what is wrong with our people in Nigeria. There could have been a shootout there, and all these innocent people might lose their lives. Why? For what? So I think Ayo made another good point there. I got Sister Rose all the way from New York in the building, and my brother, my co-host, Mr. Dio, all the way from Nigeria is in the building. Sister Rose, you go first. What do you make of all these? I don't know how you want to describe it. Over to you, Sister Rose.
Hey, good afternoon, Ben. How are you?
I'm doing great, sis. How are you doing?
I'm fine. And how is everyone else on the panel? Ben, I don't have the 100% full details because the issue of Nigeria has really been kind of taxing. So I kind of needed a break. And I've seen it. I said I should pay attention to it. So I'm only getting a little bits and pieces. But what I make of it is there's no rule of law. The reason why Wike was able to do what he has done is because for him, it's business as usual. He has been responsible for demolishing a lot of lands, intimidating a lot of people, and nothing happens. So he does what he does because nothing is ever done. Now, the part where I'm not clear about is the soldier. I don't know where the soldier was wrong, so I may not be making a correct assessment or conclusion. But I will say this, the little bit I have seen, again, forgive me because I don't know the full story. I'm with the soldier. He stood his ground. Yep. We've gotten to a point in Nigeria where people need to stand their ground because I keep telling you, telling people can talk whatever nonsense they want to talk. I'm not going to be politically correct now, Ben. As long as we continue to be afraid, and myself included, I'm not saying I'm innocent in this. I don't have the guts to stand up. But as long as we stay afraid, then we stay slaves. Then we stay oppressed. Somebody got to open their mouth and speak. And I love the way the guy stood his ground. And there was even a level of humility because here is this short apuka, as we say in Nigeria. You're there screaming at the guy. He is military. Exactly. That guy is military. There is a level of respect that you need to give him because this is the same military, armed forces, law enforcement that jerks like him depend on to move. And then you're going to talk to him in that kind of way? But let me tell you what I like about all of this. The fact that Nigerians, I'm seeing, before, how can you talk to him like that? He's your senior. You must respect him. The way Nigerians are taking up for the soldier, the way Nigerians are saying that they like, then that's a good sign. It's a good sign because what it's telling me is that fear, that Stockholm syndrome, that, I have to go and cower and hide. it's starting to break away. You know,
Mm-hmm.
think about, and that is so, Ben, that gives me a high. That's telling me, you know what? Things are about to change because, Ben, that's the only way we're going to get the Nigeria we want. But as long as everybody is scared, I'm sorry, I know every time you come in, as long as we are scared, we're not going to go nowhere. We will stay forever oppressed.
Yeah. So definitely, in your word, you agree that this young man, this handsome, vibrant naval officer, did the right thing by standing his ground. And
Like I said, Ben, I don't know because from what Ayo said, the little bit I heard, it seems like she felt maybe he was in the wrong. Maybe he was, but I don't know the details. But I like the fact that he stood his ground because regardless of whatever, I don't know what position Wike claims he has. There's a better way of handling it. And the fact that you have to scream and shout, let me tell you something. Ballers, real men of valor, look at I'm sorry, I know I'm a little bit in favor. Look at Ibrahim Traore, 37 years old, a kid. Look at how he talks with ease and calm. He doesn't scream. You are in one of the richest nations in Africa. You control it and you have to scream. The fact that you have to scream and undo all of that, Ben, it shows insecurity, it shows emptiness, it shows nothingness. And with all that age, you're doing that, and a young boy is able to handle himself with comportment and class. To me, it makes Wike look very stupid. And I think he did, from the little bit I've read, the Nigeria is not looking at him with respect. They're looking at him with a contempt. He made himself look very stupid.
yeah, thank you, Sister Rose. In fact, Nigerians are tired of how Minister Wike conducts himself all the time, always shouting, yelling, screaming, downgrading everybody, scattering everything. That's just crazy. Now, let me hear from Uncle Dayo all the way from Nigeria. Uncle Dayo, how are you guys receiving this news in Nigeria? What do you think of this young, fierce officer?
Thank you, Okubeno, and good day, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from all over the world. In Nigeria presently, many people are just taking this thing as a cruise because at the same time as it is funny, it also showcases how bad and how kind of careless some of our politicians are treating the rule of law in the country. There is no reason for Wike to have gone into an altercation with that naval officer. The gap is too wide, and he just brought himself down so low to be doing that. That one is on him. Number two, as Nigerians, we see it as a show of shame because why? This is a sitting minister of the Federal Capital Territory trying to bully a military officer, but he has forgotten that things that they teach. That they teach all our military officers is to be proud. If you are not proud, you cannot be in the military. Every military officer was taught to be proud, and they have their integrity, and they obey the last order.
Yeah.
What we needed to have done is to call the retired rear admiral, as they say, but because I saw somebody in the chat saying that, oh, it took another from a retired rear admiral, whatever. In the military, there is nothing like retired. It's like you are a medical doctor now, and maybe from your own office now, you have retired. You are still a doctor. You still have the right to be that doctor. Of course, you may not be serving now, but you are still a doctor. So nothing like it took. Why did they assign officers to him if he's truly retired and out of the military? We need to get that fact straight. So he's still acting under a prevailing order, which is okay. Now back to Wike. What Wike should have done is to call that rear admiral. Please tell your boy to do this, and the boy and that man will have called that officer, said, stand down or do this or do that. We saw an example in what the governor of Lagos State did when he has a similar issue. He did not waste time arguing with the guy. He said, okay, don't worry, I'm going to call the Inspector General of Police because he knows what to do. And after he did that, that officer left the place. So, but I don't know why Wike like to use this Agbero style. And I'm sorry, he won't sounded like one anyway. So he like to use this Agbero style, trying to bully a serving officer. It's not done. You can never bully a military man. They are taught to be bold and to be proud. That's why I like what the man did. He stood his ground and was telling him all truth. Sir, I'm not a fool. How can you call a serving naval officer a fool? It's below you. As a serving minister, you don't have to use abusive words on an officer. That officer represents Nigeria in that uniform. If Nigeria standing in front of you and you are insulting your own country, I can understand if the officer is in mufti, but he was wearing his uniform and he was standing at duty of his post because that was his post of duty as at that moment, and you were there insulting him. Come on, you should know better. It's just so sad. But here in Nigeria, as you ask, you are just taking it as a cruise. That's why so many videos, so many emojis, so many cartoons have come out that they are replaying this thing all over the country. It's just too funny, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Uncle Dio. Thank you for your take. My honey babe Oyinka Shola, our lovely Nigerian sister all the way from UK. Don't drag my minister Wike.
No. Thank you, Papi. I really like what you said about catching cruise. To me, it's catching cruise. As someone that's abroad, it's very disheartening. I mean, for me, definitely, answer to your question, to me, there's no rule of law. And I really like the demonstrations of the two videos that you did. You did Mr. Wike and you did the governor of Nigeria. And you can see the way in both scenarios, the way that each person composed themselves in exactly the similar situation. Mr. Wike, unfortunately, doesn't have control over his emotions. And I'm of the opinion that I'm not in the military, but from my understanding of the military, there is a command structure and there's a chain of command. Regardless of whether you think that the military overstepped his boundaries and shouldn't have been in that situation, there is a clear command structure. From my understanding, and anyone can chip in here, whether it's Abby that obviously has a father that's in the military, you are not allowed to, if you have an order to go against it, you could be charged for, I don't know what it is, misconduct or whatever. So in the military, it is very strict in terms of their command structure. So regardless of anyone's opinions that they shouldn't have been deployed there, it's abuse, clinical story, I get it. And I agree with what was said in the Arise News segment. But the fact of the matter is that the military is the face of the military is the face of Nigeria. There is a certain amount of prestige and representation that the military holds. And I think it's very unfortunate because I can't imagine if it happened in the UK where you would have an MP that would be insulting a military officer in the UK or a Navy officer. That would never happen. Because of regardless of any situation where there's issues in terms of legal matters, that would never happen because there's strict, that we have this thing of respect. And I think it's very, very unfortunate that this person believes that it's okay to insult a military officer, regardless of his age, whether he's old or whether it's new. And it just goes to show the way that people behave in Nigeria. Personally, for me, he kind of composed himself like the governor of Nigeria. I can't remember his name, apologies, but the governor of Nigeria, where he didn't go back and forth with the military officer. He said, fine.
That's Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State.
Yes. He didn't go back and forth. He was very respectful. He said, not a problem. Can you please phone? The military guy said, I will not do it. He said, not a problem. I will go and phone. You can see the level of maturity and the way he composed himself as regard, with the comparison of what we saw with Mr. Wike. You can see there's no maturity. And then to now have and now make it seem as if the guy was very respectful is wrong.
there can be situations where there's issues, but it's the way that you compose yourself in those situations. You are someone that has, that is supposed to have respect, should know better, has a lot of experience. He could have easily gone to court or gone to speak to his senior, I don't know, the admiral. It's the Navy, right? So the admiral. But I think it just goes to show that this is everyday scenarios in Nigeria where there's no respect of authority. And yes, I get it. There are abuses, and the way that Nigeria works is very foreign. But that doesn't excuse the fact that there are certain authorities that you have an obligation to be respectful. Police, military, blah, 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 regardless of your sentiments, regardless of what you think. That is why they're in place, because this is the same military that when there's problem, these are the military that will put themselves in the firing line and put themselves in the front line for us as citizens of Nigeria. So I think that they should be afforded that respect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honey Babe. Thank you so much. All right, now I want to play the response from Wike to all of this. And as usual, those of us who are Nigerians, we know how Wike rolls. So anytime Wike have issue with anybody, he will deploy his spokesperson, his SA. Is he SA or P? I don't even know whatever Lyric Paimo is now, but he will go to TV station and start, spinning the whole thing. So I will play that video for everybody to see. Please, that man may annoy you, but please don't get mad at me and the real Famo. Biko. Sister Rose, the video I want to play right now, please. I know. Let me send some Don Pedro to your house. Don't be angry. that Wike spokesperson can really be annoying at times. Okay. Thank you, everybody. My brother Okenadu, how are you doing? I see you. Thank you very much. I think almost everybody agree with the officer anyway. Emmanuel, you're welcome. I don't know where your first comment was, but I see you wrote 2. It is only functional when it has to do with underprivileged citizens. Believe me or leave it. I can't find the other part anyway. All right, I'm gonna show you Wike's response. Okay, just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. You be in the building. Hey, vibe with Uncle Bino. Let's go. Now happy hour things, Hang out with you, babe. It's our vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn. We shining bright. Oh yeah. You be stories, life lessons time. On the Uncle Benno show, everything feels right. From the streets to the world, we talk real talk. Vibes on the beat make the whole place rock. Happy hour flow with smiles non-stop.
All right. You're welcome back. Okay, that bedu they bust my head every time. Now, this Wike aid went to Channels News, and the narrative was very different from his perspective. I want you to listen, please. Don't get angry with we here. UB and the real fam, we have nothing to do with Lyric explanation. No, but let's just take it as cruise. Take a listen.
Mr. Lainka, who is the Senior Special Assistant, Publicity and Communications, the FCT Minister, who was also there on the trip with the Minister yesterday, to give us an account of what transpired. How did we get to that story past yesterday, Mr. Lainka? Good morning.
Good morning, my friend. See, we got to that story past yesterday because of the way we operate in this country. No zero attitude to compliance.
Okay, now
that is what we are, and it is painful. I saw the military, the army officer yesterday telling us that he was acting on an order, and I've also read online that a military man should obey the last order and order. And I've asked myself, which order? Like the minister also asked yesterday, you obey order, yes, but that order has to be lawful. The order has to be reasonable. For instance, if I am a military officer and my superior give me an order to go and shoot somebody, or let's say my boss give me an order to go and let me use the last. Sorry for
You
using
hearing
this
that
word. Rape
crazy
my daughter.
narrative?
Will I obey the order because the order is coming from my superior? Or somebody because somebody is dragging a girlfriend with my superior, and that superior now see the person dragging girlfriend with him walking on the street, and he say, "Hey, shoot this person," because it is an order. I should obey it because it is an order. A military men should go and mount guard in a public building under construction. That is the issue here. Building under construction. Military men had to be sent to go and mount guard. Military men that was posted to the former chief of naval staff, Vice Admiral Awab Gambo, as his personal security details to secure him, to guard him, to protect him. He now chooses to make himself vulnerable and send those people on an errand. It's like somebody now here. I have security details to protect me here, and I now choose to send them to Gwagwalada to go and be protecting my property that is under construction. I don't seem to get it. Now let's go back to how we got to that level. That particular land was allocated to a company in 2007, Santos Estate Limited, for park and recreation. Let me say this again. Allocated in 2007 for park and recreation. The company did not do anything on the land because that place is a parkway, it's a walkway, it's a road corridor. You don't build there. Then in 2022, the company wrote to the FCTA, the minister, "Oh, I want approval from you to convert the purpose to commercial, from park to build park." You know what park is and recreation, not permanent structures. Probably in anticipation of the minister's approval for conversion, the man decided to partition the land, a land allocated to him for park and recreation. He now partitioned the land and sold to people, including the former chief of naval staff. And that is why I want to say here that the former chief of naval staff was scammed. He was scammed. And he has realized that he was scammed. Instead of him to now come out and seek help, he resorted to use military might. Now, in 2022, the minister of FCT declined that request, did not grant the request for change of land use made by that company. That was where it ended. But he had already sold the land to people, giving them impression that the land use will change. Wike was not the minister then.
In 2022,
Wike was not the minister. Now, after selling land allocated to you for park and recreation, for people to build house, who should the former chief of naval staff go and hold? The person who scammed him or the government? He chose not to hold the person who scammed him, the company who scammed him. Now again, that particular portion has now been redesignated for the purpose of, if you know Abuja very well, you know how Babushi is. That is where you have Ministry of Works, Environment. That portion of the land, that parkway, is for public buildings and corporate buildings, not residential. Meaning that you cannot build residential house there. That is one. So as of today, Vice Admiral Gambo does not have a document, a title document, showing that he owns the land. He does not own the land. Now, assuming we're not considering that he has title documents and he owns the land, before you begin development of a land, there are processes you must pass through. One of such process is to have a building plan. Building plan showing what you want to put on the land. And you take your building plan to the development control. See, you take your building plan to development control. The question Nigerians should ask Vice Admiral Gambo is, did he take the building plan on that land to development control, and the development control approve the building plan? So this is the letter with which the land was allocated to Santos Estate in 2007 for park. If you zoom your camera, you see that it is for park and recreation. This is the layout on the land. It is clearly stated. See, proposed parkway. You can look at it.
All right.
This is the letter. You can look at it.
Okay, so the thing for a lot of people is that whilst, the FCTA might or does have jurisdiction over that portion of land, I think for a number of people, it is how they have gone about enforcing the right of the FCTA to what it is that they have said.
Let me also go further. The director of development, the director of the Department of Development Control, Pamplana Mukhtar Galadima, went to the place by himself and informed them that this land is like this your guy. He told this particular mayor officer yesterday that was misbehaving yesterday that it appears that your guy has been scammed. Though, tell your guy to go and see minister so that they can see how to resolve this issue, because this land that he has bought, he bought a wrong land. He sent SMS messages to this particular officer, no response. Then officials of the Department of the Development Control went to the place to serve him letter to stop work. They did not allow them to get to the land. The military men stopped them. When they went there 2 days ago, they threatened that if they get close to the land, they will be shot. That was what happened. And the director came yesterday to report back to the minister. I mean, normally when you send somebody on an assignment, there must be a report. He came back and he told the minister, where we went to, this and this and this happened. And the minister was like, what an effrontery. So the minister now said, okay, maybe these people that are even coming to give me reports. Because in most cases, you see government officials sitting in their offices, getting reports and acting on them. But the minister chose not to do that. He said, okay, maybe these people are even lying to me. They are not telling me the truth. Let me go there and see the place by myself. That was what the minister went there to do yesterday for an on-the-spot assessment. He went there with the commissioner of police, FCT commissioner of police. Policemen that came with the FCT commissioner of police were there. The ones that came with the minister were there. Before we got there, they have already used a vehicle, a e-logs, to block the road. That road does not lead to that land alone. It leads to other land. But they block the road. They block the road that nobody will be allowed to get to this one. What an effrontery. Land that does not belong to the man. And I feel so it is appalling that somebody of the level of the status of a former chief of naval staff who's supposed to be like a moral compass for the society choose to act like that. Because the question is, you say he must obey order.
So clearly,
is it the right?
Just a moment, yes. Mr. Olayinka. So it clearly, from the get-go, you could see that things could degenerate, given the fact that the road festival was blocked. Now there are those who say that at that point is when the minister should have chosen to act through an institution and perhaps had turned back.
Through an institution?
Yes.
2 weeks ago, the director of security of the FCT wrote to the defense people, defense headquarters. He wrote a letter to the defense on this matter 2 weeks ago.
And the defense headquarters?
No response up to now. The informal response he got was that since the man is no longer in service, his matter cannot be handled by the defense headquarters. So when people say that no step was taken, yesterday the minister called the chief of defense staff before he left his office. He called him and he told him, when he got to that place, the portion there, at the site, the minister also called the chief of defense staff. You see from the video that he gave his phone to that unruly officer.
You call him unruly?
Yes,
but
I'm coming because he was unruly. He gave the phone to him. See, as I'm here like this, I'm a Yoruba person. I'm from Ekiti. We respect authority, we respect tender. If my phone ring now and the person call and say, good evening, good morning, my name is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do you think I'll be sitting on this chair answering that call? I won't. I will stand up.
Yeah, but that is you.
But, yes.
That is your cultural...
The minister gave him phone to talk to the CDS. And I saw the way there was no sign that this person was even talking to the CDS. He was normal, talking to this chief of defense staff. And I saw arrogance yesterday. That person, that fellow, that officer was referring to policemen, fellow uniform men, as bloody policemen. You can't talk to me like that. I am a commissioned officer. You can't talk to me. I am a commissioned officer. You bloody policemen. And the policemen also got angry. How can you, a uniform man, be ridiculing your fellow uniform people?
I'll just say, to our viewers, because we were unable to show the full length of the video owing to time, and also some things that were said there, we're not allowed to play them according to NBC codes. Let us drill down on that, because clearly, when you watch the full length of the video, the minister lost his temper at some point, and he called the officer a name that he ought not to have called the officer.
Anybody, any human being, even me, I lost my temper. See, if you were there yesterday, you will lose your temper. We are in this country. You see, one of the things that our military men should begin to also understand is that we are no longer under another military rule. Military is subjected to civil authorities, civil laws. You cannot, because you are a military officer, I go about, you see building, they will put military song, keep off. It is wrong. So what I'm saying is this.
So you justify what it was?
Wait, the minister tried to calm people. If you listen very well, the policemen or the civil defense also got angry. They were reacting. The DSS, the DSS, one of the security details of the minister, DSS officer, one of the soldiers was standing in front of the minister holding gun, and the DSS one had to tell him, how can you stand before the minister and you are pointing gun at him? You want to shoot him? And they were like, that is where I have to stand here. It will get to a level, we are all human beings. It will get to a level when somebody that you feel that should reason, that should operate, you have a level of moral, or you have a level of moral, you don't begin to act like that. I was there. As a human being, I also got pissed off. And I asked myself, is this the kind of country we want to continue to run? That because you are wearing uniform, you are now above everybody. Because you are wearing uniform, you cannot turn yourself to security guard and be guarding private property, buildings under construction, and you are telling us that you are obeying law, you are obeying order. Does that mean that if your guy is a poultry farmer, he can also send you to go and be guarding fowl?
Mr. Olayinka, I'm going to read, because since yesterday there have been quite a number of reactions to what transpired yesterday, rightly or wrongly. I'm going to read that of a former minister of the of aviation, Osita Chidoka. He wrote that Minister Nyesom Wike's decision to personally enforce a directive at a disputed site was a fundamental misstep. In constitutional democracies, power operates through institutions, not impulse. Executive authority must be exercised or adjudicated through the courts, ministries, and lawful instruments of state, never through confrontation. No matter how justified a grievance, a minister cannot become an enforcer that violates the very idea of ordered government. This is one of the reactions, and he was a minister. I do not know if you agree with it. But we've also seen the reaction of the former chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, who also thinks that this is a security breach. I'm going to read what it is that he also said. I do not know whether you've seen some of these reactions. He said that the minister's conduct during the exchange transcends mere misconduct and undermines the authority of the commander-in-chief and the integrity of the armed forces. These are some of the things that they're now beginning to say because they believe that the minister ought to have recognized that he is the commissioned officer in uniform and maybe at that point ought to have withdrawn. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, let me first of all react to the statement by the former chief of Army Staff, Tukur Buratai. See, when I read that statement coming from him, I was like,
oh, you've seen it?
I've read it. I read it. I saw it yesterday. And I was like, the former chief of Army Staff is more concerned about talking to a uniformed man. He's not concerned about somebody, uniformed military men, who should be at the war front, naval officer, who should be at the Chad basin, confronting terrorists, being converted to private guards, guarding uncompleted building. Which one is a security threat to Nigeria? Between soldiers trained to defend Nigeria, now be converted to security guard, let me use the word, may guard.
That's very disrespectful of our military, Mr. Olayinka. And we do know that military men also safeguard property.
That's exactly what they went to do. Uncompleted building. You see, you can safeguard property. You don't, where people are living there, no property under construction. You are protecting property under construction. Instead of you to be in Bono,
they can
fighting insurgents.
They can protect property under construction.
And a former chief of
some people will say they can defend that. I mean, they can protect that if it is within their jurisdiction to do so.
You can protect property if it poses security threat to Nigerians. It does. That property, what security threat does it pose to you and I? It doesn't pose any security threat. And a former chief of Army Staff is more concerned about a military officer who went to do unlawful duty because all others are not lawful.
All right, let's take let me let my colleague come in now. We'll extend this matter for a few more minutes, and then we will be going to another matter. Because the PDP is also planning to host their convention at the end of this week, yes, at this weekend, 15th and 16th, and there have been judicial pronouncements to that effect. Some saying that that particular convention should go on, others saying that that convention shouldn't go ahead. We'll be delving into that matter shortly, but let Ayo quickly come into this conversation before we go there. Ayo.
Thank you, Mokwe, and maybe by that time we'll be bringing in our other guests. But I've also seen a comment coming from retired Group Captain Sadiq Shehu, who says in part that this recent standoff between a minister and a junior military officer reveals how fragile civil military etiquette becomes when emotion replaces protocol. Well, this speaks to what you said the other time, Mr. Olayinka, that anyone could get upset, anyone would lose their temper. while it is the right of every one of us to lose our temper, it is also, could have been, or rather, it could have been the right of the military officer himself to also lose his temper.
Oh my
And,
God.
you know, what can you say to the part where this group captain says emotion seems to have breached protocol?
Well, like you said,
Larry.
2 officers, a minister who has the right to all lands in the FCT, and a military officer who was assigned to protect a private property, illegal operation. That is what is called. In this country, we know that FCT land is vested in the president.
Understand all of that. Just a second, Mr. Lainka. It's not the substance of the issue really here, because what is attracting attention is not the substance. It's the how. And you didn't answer that question when Markwe asked.
He does that
this
all
is
the
not
time.
just a second.
Always
It's not a
evade
question
questions.
of whether or not the ministry was right. I mean, you have detailed all of that. It is absolutely correct. However, it is the how. Because if the minister, and rightly so, was representing the president of the Federal Republic and commander-in-chief, he doesn't carry the authority of the president and commander-in-chief at that point. So I'm wondering if you think the how justified his action there.
What I've said to you here is, 1, the minister went to that place for an on-the-spot assessment. The road was blocked. He had to trek to the place. He was addressing a junior military officer, and the junior military officer chose to disrespect everybody, including the other police, other agents that were.
But he made a statement, Mr. Lainka. Just a second. He made a statement. He said, I am following orders. Just a second, Mr. Lainka. It is something you also know. You're in the media like us. He said, I am a military officer. I am following orders. Based on that alone, I mean, it shouldn't have been understood. I know that it is possible for, the FCT minister to pick a phone and call the fellow in question. I mean, you already said it, that this is not a new case, something that has been on for a while. I'm pretty sure that the name of the purported owner of this land would be known to the minister, and he could easily have reached him. Some people are wondering whether or not this couldn't have been handled better than it was.
But I also mentioned here that even at the spot, the minister called the chief of defense staff. I also mentioned here the way, the attitude, the way the officer responded to the chief of defense staff. I have also said there that even at the spot, the minister called the chief of naval staff. Before going to the place, he called the chief of defense staff. You see, I have said it here that you mentioned emotion, and I've said we are all human beings. If you were there yesterday, you will also get angry. Even me, that I was not the minister, I got pissed off. I got pissed off, and I got pissed off not because of not against the military officer, but pissed off about what kind of system is this?
Okay.
What kind of system will we allow a former chief of naval staff to deploy his security details to carry out illegal duties?
Okay. Well, there are other issues, as Markwe has mentioned, and just before we take that, there was something that Markwe called for earlier, a post on the Instagram page of the Defense Headquarters, and well, some might call it whether it is cryptic or not, but if we can take a look at that post right now, Femi, that this is what the Defense Headquarters has put on. Just before we segue into that conversation, and the post of the military was really simple, and they were saying something very, very simple. Unbroken, unshaken. It's an honor. The post says to serve in the military, in the Nigerian military. unshaken, unbent, unbroken.
Yep.
That's all the post says, and I hope that we'll be able to see it all. That's it right there on your screen. It is an honor to serve in the Nigerian military, unshaken, unbent, unbroken. Whether this has anything to do with the conversation we've been having or not, I guess we'll see in good time.
Okay.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to.
Okay, that's all I can take from that exchange, ladies and gentlemen. Let us react to Mr. Leary's explanation, and we can call it a day. First off, I have just two more polls and we'll be out of here. The first poll is, do you believe S.A. Leary's side of the story? If you believe it, drop a 1 in the chat. If you think, nope, Leary got it all wrong, drop a 2. Before I move on to the next one. Now, let me bring my panelists into this conversation. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. My baby girl, Abby, is in the building. Abby, I saw you share some stuff in the backstage. I'm going to have you read it for us shortly. I also saw Uncle Emeka's response to all of this. And I respect Uncle Emeka's view on this because Uncle Emeka is actually a retired American soldier and he has better knowledge of how all these things supposed to go down. So if Uncle Emeka permits me, I would like to share his view too. But first, let me quickly go to the panel. Let's do this like 2 minutes, starting with Sister Rose. Sister Rose, do you believe this man's story? All I see here is like he's trying to spin this story. Do you believe him at all, ma?
Ben, I had a headache. I could barely listen to this nigga. I had a headache. First of all, he's talking sheer and utter rubbish. Now,
Sister Rose, don't do New York tea now, please.
Okay. Ben, I'm even being nice. This is the clean, what do they call it? G version. Okay. I could use more other choice words, but I have, this is what I would say is very kosher. Now, number one, the little bit I know about military is about order. You are not, even if you have critical thinking skills, it's not about what you think, what you want, your emotions. It's an order. You follow orders. That is heavily ingrained in military. They don't care how you feel, how you think, you follow order. That's the credo when you are in a militaristic institution as he was. Then he talks some nonsense about emotion. Look at the hypocrisy. Oh, anyone would get emotional. So they have the right to be emotional, right? But he doesn't have the right to be emotional, which is a very silly argument. It's a very disgraceful. This is why the orange monster in office referred to our country as a disgrace. Now, emotion does not justify. You are supposed to control emotion. You can't behave anyhow you want. You have to temper your emotions. So how can you justify he gets angry? So you do things based on emotions? There's a lot of hypocrisy and foolishness going on here. So like I said, he is following an order. He's supposed to go by order. He can't, even if he felt that something was wrong. Okay, then he made a comment about how the guy was talking down to the police officers. People are saying that that's not true. That's not the case. Okay, but this is a country where nobody respects anyone. It has we've created a culture of talking to people anyhow, as demonstrated by someone who's supposed to be the highest part of the law. And you can see, Ben, that I don't know, but everyone is a lawyer in Nigeria. If they're not a pastor, they're a lawyer. But it seems like we put illiterates because there is a respect that you have to give the army, whether you like it or not. There are a lot of people who I don't like, I don't respect, but I have to comport myself. You're not giving any respect to the army. You're not demonstrating by example. Then tomorrow when things go awry, everyone said there's no law and order. How can there be law and order when the person who's supposed to have some kind of authority shows no respect? Now, when you give a military person an order, I know this case is a little different. This is something more domestic and kind of minor, but there's reasons why you give order. What if now the guy didn't listen to order in a certain situation? Things went wrong. You know what the minister would say? So-called minister would say, are you not supposed to follow order? Are you supposed to go by emotion and logic? This is why the country is in the mess that's in. But again, the beautiful thing that I'm seeing is that look at what the anchors, the news anchors, they were asking him pertinent questions. He said that he was given an order. I also liked how the lady read the law to him. She read the law, which this thing couldn't even answer. He's supposed to be damage control. He did a horrible job. That's my take on it.
Thank you, Sister Rose. In fact, people agree with you on the chat. Friday say much love, Sister Rose, and I think a lot of people agree with you. Actually, Sunday Idelebe also said, "God bless you, my sister. Militaries follow order." Let me quickly go to Uncle Patrick. Uncle Patrick.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Sister Rose. God bless you. Uncle Patrick, Larry, this guy do this all the time. Try to be, can I say, Wike cleaner? Yeah. If you have watched this movie, Scandal, by Shonda Rhimes, you would have seen the lady that played the lawyer there, always cleaning up after the president whenever they messed up. I think that's what Mr. Larry do mostly. So, Uncle Patrick, do you believe Larry side of the story, sir?
See, Uncle Ben, what do you expect from Larry? You know.
Hello, sir. Oh. It seems Uncle Patrick is receiving a call. Hello, Uncle Patrick. I think Uncle Patrick got a call. He will join us back. Honey babe, do you believe this man? Uncle Patrick, are you back?
Not in the slightest. No, not in the slightest. I think very similar to what Sister Rose said.
Can you hear me?
Do you want me to stop?
Yeah. Let's hear Uncle Patrick.
No problem. It's okay. I'll come off.
Yeah, thank you, honey babe. Uncle Patrick? Hello, Uncle Patrick. Oh, I think he got kicked out of the studio. He will be back. Okay, honey babe, please go ahead, my sister.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't believe in not in the slightest. I think very similar to what Sister Rose said. I said it before. Can someone mute their thing, please? I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, go ahead. It's Uncle Patrick. He's back, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's really bad. Oh, yeah. So yeah. What I was gonna say is similar to what I said the first time I talked about. In the military, again, there is a command structure. You are seen as one organism. As the military, you cannot think for yourself. There's explicit direct orders, direct commands. Even if you were to say per se to think that it was unlawful, it is not your place, because at the time and the situation, you follow direct orders. If it is the question of if it's unlawful, then it goes to court. That is not for the officer to now decide on his own that the order that he's been given is lawful. He's not supposed to think about it. He just follows orders. There's a reason why, because when it comes to time of war, and I know this is not a time of war or a time of where there's chaos and the military is needed, you have to just do the orders and you follow. There can be consequences if people don't follow orders. We know that. So I think this gentleman, unfortunately, is not educated when it comes to how the military works. And regardless of whether the order is, like I said, lawful or potentially may not be lawful, that is not for that officer to now determine at the time and place where this thing happened. And I know there are consequences to when you don't follow orders. I put it in the chat. You could potentially be court-martialed. Abby will come on soon and she will now confirm that. So for you to say, and the stupid examples that he gave, make it make sense, because if you know anything about being in any type of military, you follow direct orders. It is not your business to ask, oh, does that make sense? Oh, is that lawful? No. So for me, it just shows that he's not educated in how it works. And as I said, in terms of the justification that I don't know, these are men that are very elderly and these are men that should know better. And I say this and I say this then, if you're in a position of power, on a position of responsibility, and you cannot control your emotions, you have no business. Again, you have no business being in the position that you are. You are not a child. You do not have a temper tantrum because you're not happy with the officer saying to you, I'm sorry that I'm following orders. I know that we didn't get the whole video and sometimes it could be edited and manipulated. I get it. But from what I saw, the commissioned officer did not say anything that to me was disrespectful. He answered back, because if someone calls me a fool, I'm going to tell you, do not call me a fool. And absolutely. I don't know if anybody else would say anything different. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's very important, like I said, a lot of people that are speaking about it, to understand the way that the military works. As far as I'm concerned, the head of the military is the president. So as far as I'm concerned, he's the only one that can rescindicate any particular order. And if anybody, like I said, this gentleman and the gentleman that was shouting Wike, if you had an issue, they should have gone to court or they should have found the necessary superior. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, honey babe, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Okay, Uncle Patrick is back. Uncle Patrick, your brother Larry, do you take his side?
Hey, Uncle Ben, like I said, you know, Larry is the mouthpiece of Wike.
Yeah.
And everything I said is saying it in favor of Wike, his boss. The bottom line is he gave us everything they have tried, and which is very important. And you know, if they have done that, Wike screwed up. He should have gone through the due process. I see no reason why Wike should go there and be yelling and be calling that guy all sorts of names. That is totally wrong. The way Wike handled it was totally wrong. You know, I said it in my first speech that there were no casualty. It was not escalated. Wike will have lost his job. There will have been another serious problem that we'll be discussing now.
Yeah.
Wike didn't handle it well. You've spoken to the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Army Staff. Just calm down. Wike is overbearing. I'm so disappointed if a minister would go to that extent and be yelling, shouting with a junior officer. No, they say no. You know, if your boss wants to address it, there's a limit at which your boss can even talk, even the owner of the company. So Wike screwed up big time. Larry doesn't know what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's just backing his boss. You know, those guys, they have evidence. They are just telling me, no, you are doing. He said, no, he was just saying, no. We know, even, you know, they even have opportunity to even talk to the man that the line you bought is scam. We can help you. If they knew, they go through the night. Wike shouldn't have gone there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should have gone there. Do they not have a satellite to see what is going on in Abuja to check? What's the essence of security? If they saw armed men there, they don't have to go there. That's the essence of camera, to look at certain places. They will stay in their office. Even the DSS is supposed to give him feedback, security report. This is what is happening here. They know the nice thing. Don't go in there and endanger yourself. If there have been fight there with the military and the police and they begin to shoot, no. Wike screwed up. He's used to it. He feel he can bully anybody. That's the problem with Wike.
Yeah.
Wike lost it this time around. And a lot of people have been waiting on him to destroy. He doesn't know what he's doing. PDP, people that they've destroyed their homes in Abuja. They are making public shame of Wike right now. You can imagine a very junior officer engaging yourself with that, and the man stood his ground, and you cannot even do anything. Why go there? No.
Yeah.
We can screw up.
Uncle Patrick,
Yeah.
Uncle Patrick, Mr. Larry described the young officer as a very unruly young man. He said the young officer insulted a police officer. He used extreme examples. He also used the Yoruba cultural practice of, respecting others and all of that. He brought all of those into his, can I say, his spinning machine right now. Do you agree with him calling that officer unruly and disrespectful to the police officer?
Like we all know, the military men are under authority. Even the military man that met Jesus Christ said, I'm under authority. When I say to people, go, they will go, come, they will come. So what this man, from the video, like it must have been edited, but from the video we saw, the man politely talked to Wike. The problem is Wike is fond of yelling at people, calling people names. You can't be doing that to people. That's wrong.
Yeah.
And that's why people are calling Wike as a big Wike should stop. I think Wike is going to learn a lesson from this. You as a minister, you can't just go to anyone and join. No, it's wrong.
No, I don't think Wike will learn anything. Who
Look
else?
Look at Lagos State government, governor. Look at the way he handled that situation. That was even a police officer, wasn't even a military man. Look at the way, matured way. Wike na Jaguda boy. Let me put it that way. It just power just land for a hand. Uncle, let's trace facts.
Yeah. Who remember the video that was making the round, I think about 4 months ago, of Wike bumping into, I think, Indian Prime Minister when he visited Nigeria? Anybody saw that video? Wike don't respect anybody. Oh, Wike don't respect anybody. But thank you, Uncle Patrick. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Uncle Dio, real quick, lady, what's your view on lady take on this matter, Uncle Dio?
Yeah, personally, I'm going to say this. Larry was trying so hard to whitewash his boss. He was trying to do a damage control for his boss, and then the more he tried, the more I think he got exposed. Number one, all his narratives about what happened was not properly put out there, and then he was not even addressing the issue at hand. He was busy addressing the fact that his boss, in person of Minister Wike, was trying to correct a wrong, what they consider as a wrong. But of course, the boss has left the purview of the correct channel to now pursue it on a personal level. And that's why, I mean, that is where the boss is wrong. Number two, the moment he refused to follow the right protocol by using institution to fight the matter. Now, there are two issues there. It is not about whether that land belongs or does not belong to the ex-military officer. It's not about that. That is not the issue. What we are addressing here is the fact that the altercation between a sitting minister and a junior naval officer supposed not to have even taken place in the first instance, to the point that the minister now embarrassed himself by coming forward to be talking and then to be addressing and then to be addressed the way it was being addressed. So that is the issue. And they were asking Larry the way your boss wanted to implement or carry out that law or that order that he has, because he believed that somebody is committing a wrong thing and then you want to enforce the law. Must you come by yourself to come and do it in front of a junior military officer? He never answered that. He was shying away from it. He was saying that anybody could be emotional. But to me, it does not make sense, because you're supposed to follow the right protocol if you want to get the right results. Rules are there for a reason. And if you don't follow the rules and then you want to follow your personal way, you will end up hitting a brick wall. And that was what happened in the person of that officer. And that young officer was so respectful all through. He did not use any abusive words on Wike, even when he was calling him a fool, the guy was just saying, "I'm not a fool, sir." So respectful. And what really pains me most in this matter is that Mr. Larry was saying that he was unruly to a police officer. First off, military never see policemen as a officer. They see them as a bloody civilian. Ask any military man in Nigeria or ask any Nigerian that know, they see policemen as civilians. They don't see them as any officer in their ranking at all. So when the policeman says something, I could not hear it in the video, but the policeman said something to that military officer. That was why that military officer now turned to him and say, "You are my junior. You are not supposed to be talking when I am talking." He told that police officer. So that was where Mr. Dere was saying that, oh, he was being rude. No, he was not being rude. This is protocol. No, normally the police are supposed not to address him because they are not in the same caliber. They are not on the same level. So when he felt an insult from that police officer, he addressed the man directly. But he respected the minister. Every insultive word that the minister thrown on him, he never replied back. That is a man under control. He controlled himself, but unfortunately, our minister could not control his own emotions. So he was using words like that on the young man, and the young man was professional all through. So Mr. Larry did not come to do a good job there. Rather, he was trying to whitewash his boss, but he failed woefully because he did not even answer their questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Okudayo. Twitter is on fire right now. Look, AI will be the end of this world. I found this on Twitter and I said, let me share it with our audience this morning. Thank you, Mr. Dayo. So, Peanut, my lovely sister, Peanut said, Uncle Dayo, Wike does not obey court order. There are people that have gotten restraining orders, but their property still got pulled down. In fact, I heard in the video where Wike say, "You will never develop this property. You can never develop this property." Now, as I'm bringing Abby into this conversation, there is one angle I think we are also we haven't looked at yet. The retired is he chief commander? What's his title now? The one that sent Officer Yerima is one of the people that Tinubu just relieved of their duties.
Vice Admiral.
Yes, the Vice Admiral. Why did Wike do this thing where the man was in office? Why do they have to wait until Tinubu switch him out and now all this drama started? I'm beginning to see that there's going to be a lot of problem by the time Tinubu administration is over, especially with respect to lands in Abuja. And that's why I'm always advising people, when you want to buy land in Abuja, you got to be extremely careful. Many people will cry. Mark my word, today is 12th of November, 2025. Whenever Tinubu administration is over and another government got there, if he happens to be an Hausa man, people will cry. Because allegedly, people are saying Minister Wike is taking land from other people and then reallocating it to their own people. Allegedly. And I don't think that will end well. You say what, Abby?
Including his own children. That's how mad.
Yeah. That shit is going on for too long. All right. As we're about to round up here, Abby, can you please let me know your take on this matter? And if you can read some of those information you shared in the backstage, because they were very, very, really good. I think it's coming from some military officers, right? So please, if you can go ahead, read them. Let us hear it. Let's hear it.
My take real quick. I think I've already said everything I had to say in the comments. It's very simple. Everyone has said exactly what I would say. There's a code of conduct, right? There's hierarchy when you are dealing with the military, and this thing is very, very simple. All Wike had to do was call the superiors and liaise with them, and they would in turn call their boys to say dismiss. Very simple, stand down. Wike cannot give them instructions. Their bosses give them instructions, right? That is not Wike's jurisdiction. That is very, there's nothing else to say. It's common sense. So that's what I'm going to say. In terms of what I want to read, these things are coming from my dad, who is a recent retired Air Force officer, retired as an air commander. For those that don't know, that would be equivalent of a 1-star general in the army. So I asked him when the conversation was going what his take is, and he said Wike was overbearing. He was just out there for land grabbing and reallocating on his own. The officer was under authority and held his ground well. Wike should have spoken with the Minister of Defense, CDS, which I believe CDS is, CDS, and CNS. So CNS would be Chief of Naval Staff, right?
Yes.
And then CDS would be Chief of Defense Staff. That's what CDS is. He failed in his attempt to bully the young officer who was on a legal duty, having been deployed to oversee the site by his boss. So that's what he said. And then he continued and said, he got his match, and the boy, being a northerner, has the support of his people. The Minister of Defense, ex-Chief of Army Staff General Buratai, has released opinions on it, and that of General Buratai makes veil references to civil-military relations bearing on national security, etc. It's a hint that they cannot continue to harass officers, which has been happening for a long time. That's pretty much it. And there's this very long message from Group Captain SG Shehu, retired, who is a security analyst for the Nigerian Air Force. I don't know if you want me to read it because it is long.
If you think
Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben.
Yeah, Abby, go ahead.
So it says commentary. The commentary is when authority meets discipline, when Minister Wike meets Naval Lieutenant Yerima. This is by a man called Group Captain SG Shehu, retired, a security analyst for the Nigerian Air Force. He says, I have received messages from several Facebook followers asking me to comment on the reported altercation between a minister and military officer. Let me begin with an important caveat. I write from far away in Croatia and rely on information currently available in public domain. I was not present at the scene and do not claim insider knowledge. I will also not go into any debates over whether the disputed land is in question has valid documents or not, as they appear to be two completely different versions of that story. My reflections are thereof analytical, based on professional experience in civil-military relations and what has been publicly reported. The recent standoff between a minister and a junior military officer reveals how fragile civil-military etiquette becomes when emotion replaces protocol. On learning that a junior officer and his armed men had reportedly chased away some of his staff, the minister ought not to have personally gone there. The appropriate and dignified course of action was to place a call to the Chief of Naval Staff, CNS, the Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, or even his colleague, the Minister of Defense, for clarification and intervention. By rushing to the scene with his own armed escorts to confront armed military men led by a young officer, the minister set up a volatile and explosive situation. By directly confronting a subaltern and calling the Chief of Defense Staff mid-exchange, the minister short-circuited the normal chain of command and drew the highest military authority into what should have been a routine administrative matter. What makes the incident particularly telling is the restraint displayed by Navy Lieutenant Yerima, who, despite being publicly addressed with words reportedly as harsh as stupid fool, shut up, remained calm, professional, and in control of his armed subordinates. It could have taken just one rash moment, one misread gesture, and one angry command for the situation to deteriorate dangerously, which we do not know what the CDS told the minister and the young officer. The fact that the minister eventually withdrew speaks volumes. Most probably, the CDS, after hearing both sides, wisely advised the minister to withdraw. In any democracy, civilian authority must be exercised with civility and military discipline with decorum. When either is lost, the state risks confusion where clarity should reign. True professionalism lies not in a certain rank or office, but in knowing when to pause, listen, and let institutions and not temper speak. My professional reading of the incident: 1, the minister, even governors, LG chairman do not exercise direct operational command over military personnel, even if they operate within jurisdiction. Their authority is political and administrative. By personally confronting a junior officer and calling the CDS mid-incident, the minister effectively created an institutional short circuit, pulling the top of the military into what should have been handled through normal service channels. That initial misstep of rushing to confront the junior officer undermines both civil oversight and the military's internal command integrity. Number 2, the officer's response, though possibly uncomfortable to watch, was not necessarily insubordination. It was insubordination because there is no commander. Subordinate nexus between minister and the officer, but there could be mutual respect. A junior officer unexpectedly handed the phone by a minister to the CDS is under enormous pressure. Explaining his side calmly to the professional superior is not defense. It may even be the most disciplined thing he could have done in that moment. The fact that the minister retreated afterwards suggests that the CDS, after hearing both sides, likely advised restraint or closure. 3, the deeper lesson. This was less a clash of personalities and more a failure of protocol literacy. A civilian authority, in bracket the minister, unfamiliar with the etiquette of dealing with uniformed officers, and a junior officer caught between deference and political authority and duty to defend institutional dignity and carry out orders given by his superior officer. Concluding advice to civilian leaders: senior civilian officials must understand that in the military ecosystem, subalterns, i.e. lieutenants to captains, are the sharp end of the spear. They are trained to be decisive, unyielding, and aggressive when duty demands. That temperament is not arrogance, it is necessary conditioning, forged for battle situations. Their firmness and aggressiveness is what steadies men under fire and keep units alive when chaos reigns. In the Nigerian Armed Forces, we even have a name for them: fire eaters. Ask any seasoned soldier or non-commissioned officer and you will hear it with a knowing smile. Better to offend a general than to offend a subaltern. A general might forgive you, but a subaltern will not. A new commander may be posted to a unit and it might take a few weeks before soldiers know him. On his first day of reporting, every soldier will know a new lieutenant or captain has arrived. From the gate, he's likely to catch a soldier who did not salute properly. And rightly so. It is designed to be that way. We don't want our subalterns to be soft. Their fierce sense of duty and intolerance for disorder are precisely what make them effective tools at the sharp end of military machine. They read orders literally and carry them out diligently under the order until the order is cancelled or mission accomplished. They may err in their aggressiveness and we will correct them, but we cannot afford to defang them or remove their zeal and fighting spirits, because if we do so, we may find that those qualities are not what we need them for. Uncle Ben, should I continue?
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's okay. The message is well noted. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Abby.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Let's just take some comment and round up. We've really done justice to this conversation. Thank you everybody for your participation. All right. So Sunday Aide said, please, point of correction, he is a commissioned officer and not a junior officer. And Kevin Jason is responding to that. Kevin said, to the person who made a correction that he is not a junior officer. I really don't get the rest of it.
He is a junior officer. Lieutenants are junior officers. Senior officers, yeah, lieutenants is at least 3 ranks below what you consider as senior or commissioned officer. He is a junior officer. That's just the term. Yeah, it's not a bad term. That's just the term.
Yeah, and I think if all these retired majors want to address this issue, they usually refer to other officers below them as junior officer. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
The
All
man
right.
that wrote what I just said is a group captain, so he's a senior officer.
So definitely we refer to that guy as junior officer. Okay,
Absolutely.
let me share this with our viewers. This is coming from my own Uncle Emeka, real farm Uncle Emeka Dizadi. Okay, I want to read this because Uncle Emeka is a veteran. He served in American military, very active one, and I respect his opinion on matters like this. So Uncle Emeka shared this with us in the backstage. Uncle Emeka said, we have to put things in perspective. In general military parlance, the answer is no. You always obey the orders of a superior officer. However, in this scenario, what kind of orders is he following? This is not a military operation, and one can argue, what is a naval officer doing protecting the landed property of his superior? Just know that what happened here can never happen in the US. In bracket, superior officers up to the rank of colonel don't even have personal drivers or bodyguards. You drive your ass to work. I can hear that in Uncle Emeka's voice. You drive your ass to work. But then again, anything goes in Nigeria, including abuse of power by both the military, police, and civilians. And that is apt. That is accurate. This misuse of power is rampant in Nigeria now. We see it all the time. You see everybody now drives around with military escort. You see politicians, even ordinary civilian. Like a lot of Nigerians, we go to Nigeria this December now, dirty December. They will carry police, carry army, carry everybody. They patrol. You know, I don't know. It's like,
Uncle Ben, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
I know who you are. You are Gen Z resident and president. That's who you are, Abby. So, Uncle Emeka, I think Uncle Emeka is right. Things were not done right in Nigeria. And I think in particular, why our lovely officer Yerima is trending is because people are sick and tired of the way all these politicians uses our military men and how they insult them, use them like they are slave, like they are domestic staff. And these politicians, they have gotten so comfortable disrespecting men in uniform, to the point that now that Nigerian actually saw this young man stood up to somebody like Wike, everyone is just happy. Everyone is happy. Here is ordinary president. If you watch Brekete Family, you will know him. Here is ordinary president, honorary officer Yerima. I want you to take a listen to this real quick.
And Yerima, if you think Lieutenant Yerima deserve, make we give a standing ovation. Let's give him. Dr. Nayarima, this is for you, sir. For making Nigerian military proud. For making we Nigerians proud. Dr. Nayarima, we are proud of you. Hey, shine! Hey! Dr. Nayarima, may God bless you, shine! Hey! May God promote you, shine! Hey!
Oh my God.
Any weapon fashioned against you shall not prosper, shine! Amen. Every day, Nigerian shine! Hey! This is. And as for Wike, we wait for them to tender an unreserved apology.
Wike no.
If Wike no apologize, Tinubu must apologize on his behalf. We demand that apology.
Sorry, ordinary president, that is not coming. I can bet my last dollar Wike will never apologize. Is there anybody on the panel who think Wike will apologize? Anybody?
Oh yeah, never.
Uncle Dayo, you think Wike will apologize? I swear, Wike will never.
Wike cannot. Wike will not. In fact, Wike is getting aggravated. You know, he's a very, very temperamental man. So he's already getting aggravated now that Nigerians are talking about it. He will be getting more angry. So I don't think he will ever apologize for this. He will not.
Oh my God,
He might put out, we knowing Wike as well though, he might put out a diplomatic statement. One of those ones no, because he might know. The reason why I say this is because there's a very high chance that outside of this, based off of, there might be more conversations. So he might do one of those diplomatic ones where he's not going to admit that he's wrong or he was right.
Wike will never apologize. The next thing you will see.
No, he won't apologize, but he will talk.
Wike will show up on Chinese TV and he'll be like, can you make that officer? Look at me and talk like that. The next thing where you go see now, allegedly,
before they come and beat us. I'm actually scared of it.
Yes, Uncle Patrick.
You know, Nigeria is so funny. Like you rightly said, this guy is a very junior officer. And we know we can step on many toes. Yes, there's no doubt about that. And they're all we. You know, I said it in my first statement here. So if you are saluting that guy, I will now say the military should come and take over Nigeria. Buratai that just spoke, was he not there when Boko Haram was killing people before he retire or get him retired? So I don't have respect for all these people, Uncle Ben. Irrespective of what has happened, we know Wike is too overbearing. But let us not rejoice and begin to salute one guy because he stood his ground. Yeah, we know what they did. They've not made the country better. Baba say, when we say Baba say, we want it, we take care of Boko Haram, not knowing that they are the one that even brought these people. So don't let us be carried away with what just happened. We know Wike before that he has stepped on toes. But I'm not going to salute anybody because of this. It's the truth. That's my take.
Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Thank you very, very much. All right.
I disagree with Uncle Patrick. I do.
You disagree?
Uncle Patrick said that we should not salute any military, and I do understand where he's coming from because they're all a mess. But doesn't it start somewhere? And maybe the reason why the military hasn't been able to do its job because of intimidation like this. When you have a somebody like Wike, and who is just one of numerous examples that intimidate the military, that's why you have the country in a mess that it is. That's why it doesn't do its job. So I'm not saying that all hail this guy, even though I'm very happy with what he did. But my thing is, isn't that where it starts? Doesn't it start from one person having some level of defiance, refusing to be intimidated, that may have a domino effect and change the way the military behaves? It's just an opinion, but I get what Patrick is saying. At the same time, I kind of disagree.
Thank you.
Uncle
Thank
Ben,
you.
I agree with Sister Rose. As someone who grew up in the military, I've seen the military go against the police, right? And sorry, I don't know what that sound is.
It's from Uncle Patrick. Go ahead.
Okay, I've seen the military go against the police in so many situations. Again, it starts from somewhere. We even saw it happen. We saw it happen in NSAS, particularly the Air Force and the Navy. I can't speak too much about the Army because the Army is very different. I don't want to say much about that. Sorry, Uncle Patrick, let me just quickly finish that. So I feel like the military, they often do their own part, but it's a bigger issue than the military, and it has to start from somewhere. We even saw it during NSAS, where they formed barricades to protect the youth. So yes, absolutely, it's not perfect. Nigeria itself is a mess. And like I said on the backstage, even with the military personnel, and we're talking about how uniformed officers are not being respected, the country has to respect these personnel first, from their living conditions to their salaries, for us to even understand the importance of them, the way America and Great Britain protect their own veterans for the most part, or respect their veterans. So these are part of the issues, right? But I personally, growing up on a barracks, I have seen where the military has actually been in negotiations for the betterment of the people when that shouldn't even be the case. So that's what I have to say.
All right. Uncle Patrick.
Well, let me quickly say this, Uncle Ben. Thank you that you brought the NSAS. Is it not the military they brought from Ikeja cantonment to come and buy people in NSAS? Are we not
Uncle
getting
Patrick,
it?
that's why I said that the army. That's why I said the army is very different, because in those same people that were deployed, it was the Air Force that asked them to stand down. It was the Air Force that created the barricade. So, Uncle Ben, it is not that. Sorry, Uncle Patrick, is not that straightforward, unfortunately. But the army is very different, because the army works directly for we know who, and that's why I said I don't want to comment on it. But when it comes to the Navy and the Air Force, it is slightly different. There's a lot of politics behind the scenes, as we all know.
Okay.
All right, I agree.
Let's just hey, Nigerians story alone. Wike don't suffer for una hand.
I'm not a fool. I'm not a
That's good for him.
I'm not.
Look, let me warn you, this Gen Z, if you people let them ban the internet for Nigeria, it not go there easy.
Uncle Ben, if you make that move in Nigeria, maybe, God forbid, what happened in Nepal will become shy play, because the way Gen Z will come out, oh my. God have mercy.
I was getting ready to say that.
Now, what I said earlier on, as it is going on now, we are just catching cruise in Nigeria. You will still see a lot of funny MMs and funny videos and cartoons like this. Just watch. Thank you.
Wahala day.
With the wait.
What be this one?
Minister of FCT, we saw what you did to our colleague today in Abuja. If you define who to give order, come Sambisa Forest. Come order us here.
Yes, sir. We dey wait for him here,
I'm telling you, Nigerians. This one you're watching now, Wike did this one before. So annoying. Listen to this one. I believe if you saw this one when it was trending, put a one in the chat.
If you think that you take something, you're not the only one. You have to be careful. Stupid. Because I came there to talk to you. I don't need to talk to you. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. You don't know what to do. Don't bring their guns. No, sir. No, sir. We don't have guns. We have no guns. No guns, sir. Even tear gas, you can't see it with us. Because you're an officer. Nobody does that. We did not carry anybody. The man took that. We will not allow because he was chief of numbers. And then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was applied legally.
Will you stop that? Will you stop that?
I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, you're not good officer.
Will not shut up.
Will you get out?
I won't shut up.
I was in school, you're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you keep quiet? Get them take food.
I'm not
You are the fool.
I'm not a fool.
You can shoot anybody like that.
Sir, I'm not
You
a
are the
fool.
fool. Who are you?
I am not a fool.
This is time I graduated. You are in primary school.
I'm acting on order.
For which order? I just you see whether you love this.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go and put up your
I'm officer. I'm not a fool. Sir.
You will have killed everybody.
No, we are not killing anybody.
Did you heard Wike say to hell with your so-called officer? This man is power drunk. Now, the essence of this video is to compare how Wike treats civilians to how he attempted to treat a military man, and dude was like, hell no. Wike, Wike.
No, we never did.
It's a wrong information.
It's a wrong information. You don't even know the reason why. It's okay. Sorry. Who told you can talk? If you think that you take something, you are not the only one. You have to be careful.
If you think you take something, you are not the only one.
I came down to talk to you. I don't need to talk to you. Sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir. You don't know what to do. Don't bring their guns. No, sir. No, sir. No have gun.
We have no guns.
No guns, sir. Even tear gas, you can't see it with us. Because you're an officer.
I wish they did.
The man took the line. We will not allow going to check on us. And then you to carry line.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you
And
stop
so you
that?
get the
Will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer. I have integrity.
Shut up, your mouth. Put
Sir,
us
I will not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir, I'm a
I
professional
was in
officer.
school. You're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you keep
up.
quiet?
You
You're
can't
the
shut me up,
big
sir.
fool.
I'm not
You are the fool.
I'm not a fool,
You
sir.
can shoot anybody like that.
Sir, I'm not
You
a
are the
fool.
fool. Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
And for the time I
Don't call me a
graduated,
fool.
you were in primary school.
I'm acting on order.
For
You
which
can't
order?
call me a fool.
I just you see whether you love this here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go and put up your
I'm an
mouth.
officer. I'm not a fool, sir. I'm an officer.
You will have killed everybody here.
I tell you, Wike will show up on China's news, and he's gonna even intimidate everybody there. Anyway, this is where I'm gonna draw the curtain. It's a mess, and I'm glad that everybody called it out. Thank you, everybody who actually took their time to say hell no. And I want us to join. I want us to join fellow Nigerians to appreciate this officer for at least bringing hope to Nigerian youth again.
And he's good looking.
Oh, he's a very handsome guy, man. He's a handsome guy. The girls are tripping over him right now, but I think it's just for fun. Me personally, I actually like the fact that he stood up to Wike. That is, Wike is acting like a bully at times. I'm sorry to say. I don't know, the way he talked to people, tear them down, make them feel less important, he just get away with everything, and all of that is crazy. I see you, Sister Yinku's Pepe. Welcome, Sister Yinka. After yesterday's show, you still show up today. Sister Yinka say, just have money and power, and you can run the Nigerian army to play your silly games. Nigeria is in the dump. We need we need overhaul. And I think you're right, Sister Yinka. It's so crazy. Zeno said he has banned cameras for people. Have you people heard? So who banned camera? Are you aware of that, Abby? I haven't heard that at all. That somebody banned camera in Nigeria. And again, if they try to ban internet or anything in Nigeria, Sister Yinka said, if they make that move, ban internet in Nigeria, that's WAR in the process. So, because this internet is all Nigerians are using to console themselves. I love my people and I miss. Yeah, exactly. The government may try to ban it. I saw President Tinubu making a comment. Maybe that is what Zeno is saying. I think I saw Tinubu somewhere now. Okay, here, let's take a listen real quick. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Let me show you what I'm listening to.
Social media
Ah,
has made every citizen a potential
listen.
opportunity we seek to improve. The national interest must always remain paramount. We live in a time when information travels rapidly and widely. Social media has made every citizen a potential publisher. This has benefits, but it also increases the speed and scale of misinformation. Falsehood can take root before truth has time to speak. In such an environment, the editorial function is more important than ever. Verification must be your anchor. Balance must be your principle. And professional judgment must be your guide. I urge you, therefore, to continue upholding the highest standard of journalism. Report.
Okay. Let me quickly go to this one. I think Tinubu is speaking about something completely different, but this is more or less like a breaking news now. Thank you, Tosin. I just found it. Tosin said he banned the use of phones for Abuja Geographic Information System and the Department of Land Administration staff following viral altercation with Naval officers. What exactly is Wike doing here? I don't understand. Banning phone. Does he have the right to do that? Please walk me through this. Uncle Dayo, can a minister ban people from, okay, maybe those guys are working under him. I don't know. Uncle Dayo, are you aware of this?
I'm just in it for the first time, but just to set the record straight, he can only ban the phone within the official use, maybe in their official building. You can ban the phone. You can say, okay, people should not use phone when they were in the office, but you cannot ban them generally from using their phones. Even that is not even right, but you can come up with any excuse and say, okay, once you are in the office, you cannot use your phone. As you can see in some corporate organizations whereby phones usage is not allowed. You can do that within its own official and this office jurisdiction, but to ban them outrightly from using phone, I don't think it's possible, except within the building where they are working with him. Thank you.
Okay, let me read this report as published on Easter Blog Nigeria. Maybe you can give us some insight into what's going on. So it reads, Wike bans phones for AG staff after viral clash with Naval officer. Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike has ordered a sweeping ban on mobile phone use by staff of the Abuja Geographical Information Systems and the Department of Land Administration, according to an internal memo obtained by Sahara reporters. The directive, effective Wednesday, November 12, 2025, prohibits all officers on salary grade level 14 and below from bringing their phones into office premises. Okay. The memo signed by AG's head, Chijioke Nwakweze, states, there shall be a ban on the use of mobile phones within the office premises for all officers on salary grade level 14 and below. Affected staff are not permitted to enter the premises with their mobile phones henceforth. What if there is an emergency? Let's keep it going. Insiders revealed the order came barely 24 hours after videos of Wike's heated confrontation with a naval officer at a disputed Abuja property went viral on WhatsApp groups, allegedly shared by AG's employees. The minister was furious that the videos circulated among staff. He said it's an act of sabotage. One source said, the phone ban has drawn sharp criticism from civil rights advocates and workers who describe it as primitive and draconian. A labor activist told Sahara reporters, it's absurd that in 2025 a minister will ban phones in a public agency because of a viral video. This is not leadership, it's paranoia in power. Meanwhile, the National Association of Nigerian Students condemned Wike over the viral video, accusing him of verbally assaulting a naval officer performing lawful duty. In a statement signed by its president, Comrade Atiku Nance commended the officers restrained and urged President Bola Tinubu to caution the minister, saying the group will not sit idly by why those who serve the nation in uniform are disrespected. Anyway, we always know all these politicians, they are power drunk, and that is not surprising to me. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. Thank you, Sister Chinye, and everybody. Comfort, thank you for the moderation. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Let me just have at least your closing remarks so we can leave here. Honey babe, what's your last take on all this Niger drama? I know you love fatherland.
Yeah, it just reinforces. Let me stay where I am. Let me stay exactly where I am. I think I've said everything I needed to say, but in regards to this, it's not going to stop what happened. It happened outside the offices and people circulate in their homes. If I'm going to send something to you, UB, I do it when I'm at home. So it's not even going to stop what happening. So I think he's a bit short-sighted because, like I said, people will now, like I said, anyone could be there. And from where this was, the viral thing, it wasn't in those offices. It was when they were out in another location. So it won't stop what happening, but he's smart, isn't he? Don't really have anything to say. It just shows that even with age and experience, some people are not mature enough to handle certain situations. You saw two different people in similar situations, like I said before. And some people, like I said, will oppress you, will intimidate you. But I'm glad what Sister Rose is saying, that someone as young as that officer, was mature enough to stand up to such a person. And I think it starts with a ripple effect. You got one person that will stand up on certain principles, and then hopefully we'll have a domino effect. So hopefully this type of things wouldn't happen. But I think it's really sad that in Nigeria, there is no such thing as the rule of law. But I'm praying and hoping that, things will change. Thank you.
Thank you, honey babe. Thanks for spending time with me. I'll catch up with you at the backstage, sis. Thank you very much. All right, Sister Rose, your final take, lesson that people can take away from this, especially Nigerians.
Okay, before I even get into that, you see him wanting to ban the phone in an intelligent society where people are not intelligent, and in a society, well, the society is intelligent. They're just intimidated and suppressed. What he did is an admission of his hopelessness and guilt. And I'll tell you why, which I think you already know the answer.
Yeah,
he was claiming right. If you are claiming right, you wouldn't be worried about the viral video. He would have even loved the viral video because it would have shown everyone that he was right. But he wasn't. He was embarrassed. He knew he was wrong. So that statement right there, you've shown that you are guilty, that you're wrong. People do what they do. You see, Honey Babe said something which was interesting and true. It's not that they don't know better, okay? It's intimidation. He knows better. He's mature. You know how I know he's mature enough? When they get in front of their almighty white man, their demigods, when they get to America, when they get to the West, they behave themselves. He would not have done this to a white man. He would have not have done this to an American. He wouldn't even do it to a Black American, because you know how they are. They don't take no nonsense. You know the next thing they will do. But because this is a society of intimidation, everyone just keeps quiet. Nobody wants to get hurt. That's why I like what the guy did. And I hope that this will continue to be the beginning of the change that we need. And this is the final thing that I want to say, and it's extremely important. There's a lot of talk about how the military is so cruel and so nasty, and the police officers are so cruel and so nasty. Ben, an audience, could it be because of the way they treat people, because of the way they are treated? There's a saying that says, hurt people. We treat people in an animalistic way. We're disrespectful to them. They take that on. They may be putting on a good front, but that hurts them. Now they're hurt, they're angry, no one respects them. Guess what? They take it out on the next person. But when we give them that respect, and don't get me wrong, I know that our people can be mean, but when we give the people respect, like Nigeria is showing this man, if we do that more, not just the respect, like Sister Abby said, give them good, decent uniforms. the barracks, give them good places to live. These are people who are supposed to defend the country. If we give these people the respect that they are due, treat them like humans, is it possible then that they may treat the public and society with respect and in a professional manner? And so I hope that this continues. I like that Nigerians are not backing down. This is what we need to get the Nigeria that we want to see. I'm glad that people are not being scared. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sister Rose. I appreciate you as always. You always break it down with that American New Yorker style. You say people cannot try this nonsense in America. I know people can't do that in America. Thank you, Sister Rose. Ladies and gentlemen, I shared the link to our membership. Please, if you deem it fit to join our membership, use that link to join us. I want to appreciate all our members, all our 299 pay members. You are the reason we do this every day. We don't take this for granted. God bless you all. Please don't be a stranger. You can always be part of the winning team. If you want to support us, it's just $2.99. You can join our membership. Political Roundtable comes up every day, God permits, when I have time. We just examine what's trending. You already see how we do it now. Don't be a stranger. Always join the conversation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Dayo, what's your final take, sir?
Thank you, Uncle Beno. Actually, my final take is quite something else, because this last video that you played about the new breakup, the new breaking issue, which our FCT minister
banned phone.
Wike banned phone in the office. To me, it's an aberration. Let me explain. The said viral video that you said was going around that made you to make that law to ban phone in the offices.
Yeah.
The video was not recorded in the office. It was recorded on location outside outside your office. So how does banning phone in the office will prevent what happened on location when something like this wants to happen again? This is why you need to look at the mental capacity of some of our leaders. Can you see how foolish that decision is? It is so foolish because why? In the offices, telephones are used as telephone covers 50% of the work in the office because staff needs to communicate. They need to check their email on the go. They need to transfer files on the go through the WhatsApp platform. They need to do things with the phone that will make the work easier for them in the office. Now you are banning mobile phone in the offices. You are crippling the work in the offices. Meanwhile, what happened outside? So how do you relate to that? I'm just disappointed, honestly speaking. And I pray somebody should talk sense into him and let him resign that decision. Otherwise, it will only harm the progress of the ministry. It will not contribute anything good towards it, because this thing, I can understand if it was done in the office and staff recorded it in the office and they now push it outside. Yes. But this thing was on location outside. And everybody is free to use their phone outside anywhere they are. This is freedom of expression. This is freedom of speech, whatever you want to call it. So why ban phone in the offices? Because something happened on location and you think that your staff are the one that made it go viral? Oh my God, I'm just disappointed. Anyway, it's a wonderful show. Thank you for the time. Thank you for everything. God bless us all.
Thank you, Uncle Dayo, as usual. I really appreciate you. Please help me appreciate Uncle Dayo, people. Uncle Dayo is my co-host on Political Roundtable.
Thank you, Uncle Dayo. We love you, Papi. Thanks for all you do.
Also,
thank you all. Thank you.
I see Sister Rose has rejoined the membership again. Thank you very much, Sister Rose. God bless you. Because the membership is growing, I'm gonna take my membership content seriously now. So one of the things I want to do is to start creating content for those who are interested in content creation again. I have a lot I can share with you.
Uncle Ben, I have a request.
What is it?
Can you twerk for us?
For what?
For members, twerk for us.
Twerk for members.
For yes, I'm a member and I'm giving requests. Request twerk for us. Uncle Ben, this is not members only now. It's not. It no longer feels special.
Members only. Look at it. Twerk, 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 twerk. Are you okay? You are a case study, Abby. Twerk, 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 twerk. Yeah, you go. This is why I don't roll with Gen Z. They are always troublemaker. So, just to make sure we carry our members along, I'm gonna start sharing the content creation ideas again. You know me, I only share what I have practiced, what I have done over and over again, and I know that it works. That's what I will share with you. For instance, I can share with you how I am gaining 1,000 subscribers every week. And you know, my own come with proof. If you ask Real Farm, I always share the growth and development with them. So if you have a channel, you want to grow, you want to have 1,000 members every week, 1,000 subscribers, I will share that, but those content will be for members only. And I know a lot of people have been trying and they don't get it right. So I'm just going to walk you through how to create your keywords, because you need some corrected keywords to drive in the traffic, and then the format you have to stream on, you have to work on your topics and everything. It got to be something of interest. Of course, I will share all of those in the backstage. So if you are joining our membership, don't think, oh, why am I joining? The benefits are coming. Also, because of concern and some of the feedback that I've received, we're also going to introduce at least weekly checkup in the membership. Weekly checkup is just a way of reaching out to our members to see if you are okay, if you are doing fine. Sometimes some people just want somebody they can talk to. You know, me, my ear, they open. You can always talk to me as a member. And then we're going to have a whole lot of other special content for members only, which include business and traveling tips. But my own traveling tips, I'm not a traveling agent, so I don't get time. My own be say I can at least share with you some of the things you need to do.
Any tip for dirty December travel safely?
Yeah, that one is there right now. So I've always told people, if you really don't have something serious to do in Nigeria, I don't think you should go for dirty December. Anything can happen. That country
I'm not going.
No. Yeah, the country is super fragile right now. We never know, maybe Donald Trump is still coming gun blazing. I hope he won't come. Now, for people who want to send message to me, you can follow me on IG. My IG handle is Uncle Benu25. Just drop a message there, or maybe there are videos you want us to react to. Just drop it there. Thank you very, very much, everybody. I really do appreciate you. All right. Abby, before we leave, do you want to announce the show tomorrow real quick? And as Abby is doing that, we're going to take our last poll, our exit poll for the day. The exit poll is, did Officer Yerima disrespect Minister Wike? Drop 1 if you think he disrespected Officer Minister Wike. Drop 2 if you think no, he did not. So that is our exit poll, and that is what today's show is all about. So let's have it. Did he disrespect Wike, or he was just doing his job? Please vote, okay? All right. Drop your vote, people. Okay, Abby, over to you, Mama.
Okay, sorry. I want to say my final take first. Can I?
All right. Just real quick.
Very quick. I actually literally only have 2 words. What I think, though, is that the men at the top, the senior officers, will resolve it amongst themselves, as always. I feel like General Baratai already warned them You know, he went through the corners. He warned them in parables, like we say, right? And because they already know what the military can do, mind you, they are one. You have to remember that these people go to the same academy, they go to NDA together, they are together. So you can't really, the Nigerian Armed Forces is one when it comes down to it. And I think because a lot of people remember the last coup, they will actually tread carefully. That's what I think. But they will resolve it amongst themselves. And chances are we'll never hear about this anymore. So I just wanted to say that. And now I can talk about TSC.
Yep.
Okay, so let me just remove the banner so they can see the thingy very well. Okay, so for tomorrow's show, which is at 3:30 p.m. EST, 8:30 p.m. BST, 9:30 p.m. WAT. That's Nigerian time, most of Africa. Tomorrow we have a show called From Courtship to DMs, Dating Then versus Now. So it's going to be a light-hearted show, not too heavy, nothing heavy, just funny dating stories, what dating used to be versus now, now that this Gen Z era, you know, back in the day there used to be proper courting. We've spoken about it before, Uncle Ben, like letters, just amazing stuff. But now everyone has access and everyone thinks they have options. So we're going to be exploring all of that, talking about some celebrity moments, some funny moments as well with dating, both our personal experiences and stuff that have gone viral on the internet. So join us tomorrow. That's all, Uncle Ben.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is another wonderful show. It is Political Roundtable. My name is Ben Uriu. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you, Uncle Patrick. Uncle Patrick said he didn't salute Wike as FTC commandant.
Not supposed to salute. Wike is not military man.
Biona Julius say America wants to put down Nigeria as they did Libya. African countries have to wake up, unite, otherwise Africa will still lock down. Yeah, we'll continue our coverage on that tomorrow. In fact, I think the international media houses, they are beginning to give Reverend Ezekiel attention. So I saw him on the news conference and some station. We will continue our coverage tomorrow. So on our last poll, I did not get your vote, people. So I asked, did Officer Yerima disrespect the minister? Okay, that's why Uncle Patrick say one. He didn't salute Wike. Chairman Fred said 2. He did not disrespect Wike. Thank you, my brother. Our own Auntie Grace said 2. Nope. Auntie Sister Rose said 2. He did not disrespect Wike, and that is commendable. All right, everybody. Thank you for spending time with me and my team. I'm gonna leave you now with the video of this drama, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy.
Will you stop that?
I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up your mouth, put
I
outside.
will not shut
Will you keep quiet? Give me a big food.
I'm not
You are big food. This country cannot continue on this line. My friend, you see, I have no document. Bring the document.
I have documents and everything.
Excuse me. I'm a minister. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that. We cannot continue to add in this impunity. Where the approval even to keep. You cannot continue this way. This country cannot continue on this line. How can that man at his level, even if he has a problem, he cannot reach me and say, I'm sorry. See what I have. You will send soldiers to intimidate who? We are all from this country. And this is government. You cannot be higher than any government. You cannot be carrying guns to intimidate people to not to do their work. Let me tell you, if not government, you will send staff who spoke to me here. You could have killed everybody here. No problem. I'm not one of those that they can intimidate.
On the contrary,
I'm doing my job.
We are not intimidating anybody.
That's what you're doing.
The civilian, the engineer mobilized to site, and then staff or workers of SCDA, look at this.
No, listen now.
Threatening them. And that was when the admiral gave the order.
He cannot give order against government.
Because the papers are complete and he said he submitted them.
Are you the one? Listen, you don't the police one. Are you the one that will say paper? What will show me that you are good? First of all, show me that government gave you this. Show me that you have an approval to build what you are building. It has nothing to do with I'm a vice admiral, I'm a lieutenant general. That is not it. We must work according to law. We must work according to law.
We forwarded everything to you.
To you.
No, can you not say like this? Don't say like this.
Don't you try this. I tell you like I'm lying. Don't tell me this. You're trying. Don't tell me I'm lying. I am a small boy, but the condition I'm carrying those who come and complain how do I face him? How do I face him? This is not professional. It's not professional. You can't be facing the minister of this thing. It's okay. From demolition is not back.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Order matters. I'm an offside. Take to order.
So what? You had a who? Than me.
So I'm an offside. Take to order.
To order that you take the camera.
Mr. General.
Okay.
You can't say no. That was
you can never develop this property. I will not allow it.
No problem, sir.
I'm
only acting on my orders.
If you want to kill everybody, kill everybody.
We will not kill
you
anybody.
Cannot.
We will not. We will not kill anybody, sir.
You put yourself in trouble.
We will not.
My friend, you see,
what is that? You cannot shut me up. You cannot shut me up. You are my senior. You cannot even talk when I'm talking. Because I have to reach you. You're only that way. I'll be talking and policemen will be talking.
Hey, you are taking with us. We don't have very good. I'm not to carry security to intimidate you. Because you're an officer. Nobody does that.
We did not carry anybody.
The man took the Arab, we will not allow going for the chief of numbers, and then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you stop
and
that?
You get the
will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, your mouth, put
yourself. I will not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir,
I was in school, you're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
will
me
you keep quiet? Give me a big fool.
I'm not
you're a big fool.
I'm not a fool,
you think I shoot anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
you're
a fool.
Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
And for the time I graduated, you were in primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Take for which order? You will see whether you will not be here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
I'm
an officer. I'm not a fool, sir.
You will have killed everybody here.
No, we won't kill anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
Will you stop that?
I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, you're not a good officer. Will you keep quiet? If you're a big fool,
I'm not
you're a big fool. This country cannot continue along this line.
My friend, you see,
I have no document. Bring the document.
I have documents and everything has been submitted.
Excuse me, I'm a minister. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that. We cannot continue to add in this impunity. Where the approval even to keep. You cannot continue this way. This country cannot continue along this line. How can that man at his level, even if he has a problem, he cannot reach me and say, I'm sorry, see what I have. You will send soldiers to intimidate who? We are all from this country. And this is government. You cannot be higher than any government. You cannot be carrying guns to intimidate people to not to do their work. Let me tell you, if not government, you will first staff who spoke to me here. You could have killed everybody here. No problem. I'm not one of those that they can intimidate.
On the contrary,
I'm doing my job.
we are not intimidating anybody.
That's what you're doing.
The civilian, the engineer mobilized to site, and then staff or workers of SCDA look at this.
No, listen now.
They were threatening them, and that was when the admiral gave the order.
He cannot give order against government.
Because the papers are complete, and he said it submitted
Are you
them.
the one? Listen, you don't the one. Are you the one that will say paper? What will show me that you are good? First of all, show me that government gave you this. Show me that you have an approval to build what you are building. It has nothing to do with I'm a vice admiral, I'm a lieutenant general. That is nothing. We must work according to law. We must work according to law.
We forwarded everything to you.
So you?
No, can you not tell like this? Don't tell like this.
Don't you try this.
I tell you, don't tell me this. You're fine.
Don't tell me I'm lying.
I'm fine. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
I am a small boy, but the condition I'm carrying is very confused. Those who come and complain how do I face him? How do I face him? This is not professional. This is not professional. You can't be facing a military of this thing.
Commend the officer A.M. Yeriman who has stood tall in the face of verbal abuse and intimidation by the ever-power drunk Wike, who is generally very badly behaved. He does not seem to understand that public office should come with responsibility. Ordinarily, the military should not be anywhere close to protecting land or property of anyone. But when we are dealing with people like Wike, who take the law into their hand, who break the law at will, since he became FCT minister, he has been above the law. The law is clear that you cannot revoke Mr. A's land and give it to Mr. B. You can only revoke land in overriding public interest. Maybe you want to build an airport, a railway, a road, a hospital. But what Wike has been doing is he has been revoking ordinary people's land and giving it to his children, his friends, his political allies. And this is wrong. The only reason why we are hearing of this now is that he has gone to touch the land of a powerful man. He has been doing it to thousands of people since he became minister, and nobody has had the guts or courage to stop him. One of the reasons why Goodluck Jonathan, that I heard Goodluck Jonathan wants to contest against President Tinubu is because Wike went ahead and revoked his land. Why will you go and revoke Jonathan's land? For what? On what basis? You understand? And he revokes people's land, then give it to other people. in contravention with the law. So when you live in a society where law is not respected, then you have no other option but to resort to self-help. And that is not to say that anyone is encouraging resort to self-help. The Wike is badly behaved. The company that was allocated this land that Wike went to invade to take, Santos Properties and its subsidiaries, they got allocation for 10 hectares in 3 places. That's 30 hectares. They were the one that cleared the land, compensated the natives around the place, put in all the facilities that the place now lose attract. The place is far away in Gadwa. And one of the former Naval chief was the one that went to go and meet this Santos company and said, oh, I want part of the land because I want to do my wife wants to do an event center. And now, because they have now developed the area, Wike went to the place, saw it, now felt that he should take it. They even had meetings with the FCDA people, and they agreed that they would give government back 8 hectares out of the 30 hectares so that they can just do their thing. Wike still refused and said he must take everything. How can you take everything when this land was given to them 15 years ago? They've paid all necessary dues. You just wake up one day so moto and say you want to revoke the land. And you are not revoking the land in overriding public interest. This place is a park. It was allocated for park. Wike has converted it now to residential. This is what he has been doing all over Abuja. This thing that he's doing has economic and environmental impact and implication in the FCT. Today, many banks no longer accept title documents to give loan or as collateral in bank because Wike has bastardized, the issue of land. You can have a land today and tomorrow Wike will come and revoke it. So which bank wants to take the risk? And the reason why housing is very important is that housing is an economic tool for development. The Wike has abused all the processes and abused his office as FCT minister. Yes, so first let me commend the officer A.M. Yeriman who has stood tall in the face of verbal abuse and intimidation by the ever-power drunk Wike, who is generally very badly behaved. He does not seem to understand that public office should come with responsibility. Ordinarily, the military should not be anywhere close to protecting land or property of anyone. But when we are dealing with people like Wike who take the law into their hand, who break the law at will, since he became FCT minister, he has been above the law. The law is clear that you cannot revoke Mr. A's land and give it to Mr. B. You can only revoke land in overriding public interest. Maybe you want to build an airport, a railway, a road, a hospital. But what Wike has been doing is he has been revoking ordinary people's land and giving it to his children, his friends, his political allies. And
Yeah. You be in the building. Hey, vibe with Uncle Bino. Let's go. Now happy hour things, Hang out with you, babe. It's our vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn. We shining bright. Oh yeah. You be stories, life lessons time. Hey, on the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. From the streets to the world, we talk real talk. Vibes on the beat make the whole place rock. Happy hour flow with smiles non-stop. Sip and chill with you, be the energy on top. You be stories dropping them every day. Wisdom for life, the African way. From the grind to the glory, hear what we say. Tune in now, don't delay. Hang out with you, be it's a vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn, we shining bright. Oh yeah, you be stories, life lessons time. On the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. Join the sister circle. Oh, what a scene. CC Inca, honey, baby, and I'll be so clean. Talk love, talk life, talk dream supreme. Empowerment vibes, like a royal queen team. All of Sunday school when the beat gets low. A moment of reflection, let the spirit flow. Men of God speaking wisdom, you should know. Faith and vibes on the Uncle Beno show. Hang out with you, be come catch that light. Oh yeah, you be stories, keep your heart so bright. Yeah. Join the sister circle, feel that fire. Oh yeah, Sunday school for your soul so right. You be nation, we rise together, love and vibe forever. Uncle Ben no show.